Hey guys, welcome back. This is What If Naruto Was Neglected and Found His Way to Kitsune Clan? Part 1. I'll be completing this story, don't worry. Huge thanks to Fire for this story. Links will be in the description. Let's begin. October 10th. A night that no one in the Leaf Village, otherwise known as Konohagakure, will ever forget. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, was eagerly awaiting the birth of his second child with his wife Kushina Uzumaki. Their first child, Menma Namikaze Uzumaki, was now 1 year old, was also excited to be a big brother. It was discovered early through Kushina's pregnancy that she was expecting twins. This raised the greatest concern. You see, Kushina was a Jinchuriki as she held the nine-tailed beast within her body. The fox demon was the strongest out of all the Biju. The power of his claws could cut mountains, and with a swipe of his tails could cause hurricanes. With the birth of her children, it would cause the seal placed on Kushina to weaken. They were lucky when it came to Menma, but now we are talking about twins. A special chamber within the leaf was created to keep the Biju within its host. Night fell quickly as an Umbu entered the Hokage's office. Minato was there with Sarutobi completing the mound of paperwork. "Excuse me, my lords, but it's time," stated the masked Umbu. Minato looked at Sarutobi. "Go on, Minato." The young Hokage nodded his head as he vanished in a flash. Minato used the Flying Thunder God technique to appear within the secret grounds where Kushina was giving birth. "Minato!" moaned out Kushina. "I am here, Kushina. Let's keep this beast contained as much as possible," Minato stated as the midwife instructed Kushina to push. Minato wove through the hand signs using his chakra to keep the nine tails bound. Several hours passed before the first child appeared. "It's a boy!" exclaimed the midwife as she handed the baby off to a nurse to clean up and wrap in a blanket. "You're doing great, Kushina. One more push and then you can rest," stated Minato. Kushina kept pushing as seconds later the last child came out. "It's a baby girl!" exclaimed the midwife. "Well done, Kushina. Now let's seal up the beast before it has a chance to escape," stated Minato. The fourth Hokage wove through the hand signs as he pumped his chakra into his wife. The room was deadly quiet when suddenly a loud baby's cry echoed out. When Minato turned his head, he could see a masked man stood in the chambers holding a bloody kunai over Minato's son's stomach as bodies laid dead on the ground. An injured Umbu guard held Minato's daughter in his arms. Without thinking twice, Minato leapt into a defensive position armed with one of his special kunai. "Lord Fourth, please step away from the Jinchuriki, or I will kill your son," snarled the masked man. Kushina could feel the beast within her desperately clawing to get out. "Oh, it seems that the fox is particularly fond of this one." Minato had to act fast. He couldn't allow this man to hurt his children, nor could he allow him to have his wife and the beast she held. "Minato! The children! Save them!" Kushina whispered. Minato nodded his head as he threw one of his special kunai at the masked man. Minato moved quickly as he took the injured Umbu and his daughter out of the chambers. Minato returned quickly as he went for the masked man. The masked man tossed up the child up into the air, forcing Minato to grab his son and get rid of the bomb that was placed on the blanket before teleporting away from the chambers. He landed back at his home as a medic was tending to the injured Umbu guard. Menma was holding his little sister, whom was whimpering softly. "Daddy, where mommy?" asked Menma. "Don't worry, Menma. Daddy is going to save her. Be a big boy and look after your brother and sister. Protect Naruto and Nariko." I changed Naruto's female name this way I am not getting confused when writing and typing up the two while I am gone, stated Minato as he ruffled Menma's black locks. Menma nodded his head as he watched his father vanish. Meanwhile, the masked man had a single Sharingan activated as it wove through a series of hand signs to rip the nine tails out of its host. Kushina was trying her best to keep that from happening as she kept the beast bound within her from coming out. "Fight me all you want. I will get what I desire and lay waste to this village. And I will start with your lovely family," stated the masked man. This caused the demon chakra to cover Kushina's body, taking on the form of a fox. The masked man laughed out loud. "That's it. Now come out. QB." roared out the masked man. The Nine Tails chakra leaked out of Kushina, taking on the demon fox's physical form. It let out a loud demonic roar as the masked commanded for it to attack the Leaf Village. Minato had shown up to find Kushina barely alive, as he could hear the demon's roar and the sound of alarm echoing through the village. "Minato! I'm sorry," coughed out Kushina. Minato teleported back to his home, laying his wife down next to their sleeping children. "Minato!" The fourth kissed his wife on the head. "Minato!" stated a familiar voice. The blonde looked up to see his sensei, teacher, the toad sage Jiraiya. "Don't worry, I will take care of the fox, but we will need to reseal the demon," replied Minato. "Kushina won't survive if we try to seal the creature within her. You will have to sacrifice one of your children to hold it," stated a female voice. Minato looked over to see Tsunade, the slug queen and best healer around. Minato recalled how the demon reacted when the masked man threatened Naruto's life. "Jiraiya-sensei, bring Naruto to the sealing site. I will lead the beast there." "Minato, you can't be serious. This is your son you're talking about," exclaimed Jiraiya. "Look, sensei, I understand your concerns, but it seems that the fox is particularly fond of Naruto," stated Minato. "Minato speaks the truth. Naruto is the most logical choice," added Kushina. Jiraiya let out a long sigh. "I hope that you know what you are doing, Minato." Minato grabbed the supplies that he needed as he put on his battle cloak. He vanished from his home, reappearing on top of the Hokage monument, on the carving of his face. The Nine-Tails beast was running rapid as various ninja were doing battle to hopefully contain the beast. "I won't let you destroy my home," stated Minato. The beast let out a loud roar as it turned to attack the fourth Hokage. A powerful blast formed before the creature's mouth as it released it like a cannon blast. Minato ran through a series of hand signs to cause the blast to vanish as it went off beyond the village walls. The Nine Tails let out a loud monstrous roar as Minato flashed through another series of hand signs. "Summoning Jutsu!" he cried out as he placed his hand down. A large puff of smoke arose from his hand. Soon Minato was seen standing on the head of a large toad whom was smoking a pipe. "Minato, is that the Nine Tails?" asked the toad. "Yes, Gamabunta. I need for you to bring it away from the village. I am going to deal with the masked man who is controlling it," replied Minato. Gamabunta nodded his head that he understood. Gamabunta took out his sword as he charged at the Nine Tails. Minato leapt at the masked man as he managed to grab him and teleport away from the two large creatures. Minato quickly recovered as he went to attack the masked man with his Rasengan, only to phase right through him. "This man is a tricky one. I have to come at him from an angle that he won't aspect," Minato thought to himself. Minato and the masked man continued to fight as the fourth Hokage threw his special kunai at the masked man. Once again it went right through him, but Minato teleported right above him, slamming his Rasengan into the man's back. He quickly ran his hands through a series of hand signs, cutting the man's ties with the nine-tailed beast. Minato then teleported over to where Gamabunta was still doing battle with the Nine Tails. Jiraiya had shown up with Naruto and Kushina. "Kushina, what are you doing?" Minato yelled out. Kushina ran her hands through some hand signs. "Adamantine attacking chains," she cried out. Chains made of chakra erupted from her body, wrapping around the Nine Tails. "Do you honestly think that I would sit back and let you handle this alone? Now hurry up and seal this creature," yelled out Kushina. Before Minato could even perform the sealing or even start attempting the seal, Sarutobi appeared before the young couple. "Minato, allow me to do the sealing. You still have the village to look after and your family to raise," stated Sarutobi. "Lord Sarutobi," Minato replied in sorrow. "Hurry. Your wife can't hold the beast at bay for long," stated Sarutobi. Kushina activated her jutsu of adamantine sealing chains as Minato attached them to Sarutobi. "Thank you, Lord Third. Just make sure that everyone knows that your son is a hero for keeping the beast within him." "I will. I promise," replied Minato. Sarutobi ran his hands through a bunch of hand signs. "Dead demon consuming seal," exclaimed Sarutobi. The ghostly image of the Shinigami appeared behind the third Hokage. The beast didn't seem to struggle as it looked at its newfound host with a soft smile stretched across its muzzle. Could it be that we are wrong about how we view this creature? Sarutobi thought to himself. He watched as the nine tails extended his claws out towards Naruto. A smile stretched across Naruto's whisker-marked face as he grabbed a hold of the demon's claw in his small hands, giggling. The nine tails bowed his head as his body vanished completely. Sarutobi put the last touches on the seal before he collapsed. The third had died, sealing the beast within the body of Naruto Uzumaki-Namikaze. 3 years have passed since the attack on the leaf made by Kyuubi. Almost everyone knows of the story about how the fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze fought off the beast and how the third sacrificed his life to kill off the beast. Not many knew the truth about how the nine-tailed fox was actually sealed away within the body of a newborn baby. And it was the fourth's own son, Naruto Uzumaki-Namikaze. The fourth and his family were often treated like royalty, everyone except for Naruto. Everyone looked down upon the child, spat in his general direction, spoke ill about the child, and hated him all because of what he held within his body. Rumors spread throughout the village that Naruto was the nine-tailed fox. This caused him to become alienated and hated. There was only a small handful of people who didn't fear Naruto. They saw a sad and lonely boy who hid behind a mask of smiles. Several of the Umbu would make certain that Naruto didn't get abused by the villagers. When it did happen and Naruto went to his parents, he was called a liar and beaten up even more. It seemed to Naruto that even his own family hated him. He was only given scraps for food. He was given Menma's second hand and ripped clothing. His room existed up in the attic where he had a ratty old blanket and destroyed mattress for a bed. Not even his older brother or twin sister treated him with respect. The ones who did try to help him the most were 4 of the Umbu guards: Cat, Yugao, Dog, Kakashi, Weasel, Itachi, and Bear, Yamato. They were always around to help protect Naruto. Naruto's godparents Jiraiya and Tsunade, who tried to spoil him rotten. But a day or two later after they left, his parents would give the items that Naruto got to Nariko and Menma. Naruto at times had to hide items that Jiraiya and Tsunade gave him without his family knowing. Then there was the owner of Ichiraka Ramen, Tuchi, and his daughter Ayam, who would give Naruto something to eat for free because he had no money and it was clear as day that he was starving. Finally, there was his teacher at the Ninja Academy Irika who would help Naruto with his schoolwork and training. When Nariko and Menma began learning the clan's jutsu, Naruto also wanted to learn, but his parents refused to teach him even the basics. In what free time the Umbu guards and Irika had, they helped him learn about jutsu. It wasn't until Naruto was 4 years old that he learned the hard way about the burden he carried. It was the night of the Kyuubi festival, Naruto's and Nariko's birthday, when it happened. Naruto was kicked out of the house because of Nariko's birthday, even though it was his as well, seeing how they were twins. I can't believe that they forgot yet again. Naruto sighed as he made his way through the village. Naruto couldn't understand why everyone hated him. Night fell quickly as he could see a bunch of villagers who had a bloodthirsty look in their eyes. Shit! Naruto cursed as he turned to run. There's the demon! Let's get him! Yelled out the villagers as they gave chase. Naruto dodged and weaved through the allies as the villagers were in hot pursuit. Naruto cursed at his dumb luck as his 4 Umbu guardians were out of the village. Naruto hoped to make it to the Forest of Death. There he had found a hollow tree that was big enough to hide in, escaping the villagers' wrath. But this time he wasn't so lucky, as several villagers waited for him near the entrance to the forest. End of the road, demon. But I'm not a demon, Naruto yelled out. Before he could turn and run, the rest of the villagers blocked off his escape route. It's time that you died, monster. We will complete was the 3rd and 4th started. Wait, please. Naruto began to plead when he felt a sudden and sharp pain in his legs that caused him to go down to his knees. Long, sharp sunbon needles were stuck in both of his legs. There is no way that you can escape, snarled a villager who wore a leaf headband. Naruto tried to crawl away, only to have someone grab one of his arms, breaking it. Naruto cried out in pain as the villagers laughed. That's right, demon. Scream, cry, feel the pain that you cause to others. You will die tonight, monster. Tears ran down Naruto's face as the villagers pounced on him. Some armed with weapons while others used their fists and feet. Naruto cried out in pain, pleading for them to stop. But the more he cried, the worse it got. He had 2 broken arms, several broken fingers, broken legs and ankles. Several deep cuts and bruises lined his small body. Please, I don't want to die. Why does everyone hate me? Why do they call me a demon and a monster? What did I ever do to deserve this fate? Naruto thought to himself. Nothing, replied a dark voice in the back of his mind. Naruto closed his eyes, preparing for the final blow. When it never came, Naruto opened his eyes, finding himself deep within a sewer. He no longer felt any pain from his wounds, as they seemed to have been healed. Naruto rose to his feet as he began to navigate his way through the sewer. He had no clue where he was going, but it felt like he knew he was going to find answers to his questions. Soon Naruto found himself standing before a large cage that held a paper seal on it. Naruto could hear something moving behind the large gate, but it was too dark for him to make out. "Hello?" Naruto asked in a soft voice. "Welcome to your mindscape, kit," replied the voice behind the cage. It was the same dark voice that he had heard in the back of his mind. "Who are you?" Naruto asked out in fear. The thing behind the cage flared up its chakra to reveal the 9-tailed fox. "But I thought that the third had killed you." "That's what everyone was told, but it's next to impossible to kill off a tailed beast. The only way that a person can stop us is to seal us away within hosts. So, I'm sorry to say that I am the cause of all of your problems. The idiots don't see you as a person but only me within you," stated the 9-tails. "You possibly hate me now, don't you?"
"No,"
replied Naruto as tears streaked down his face. "You possibly didn't ask to be locked away like this. I have no idea what caused you to attack the village that night, but I can tell that you didn't ask for this," Naruto replied. This caused the 9-tails to smile. He was right about this gut feelings when it came to Naruto. This small child reminded him so much of his creator, the sage of 6 paths, Hagoromo Otsutsuki. "You truly are one of a kind, kid. I won't allow these idiot villagers or anyone else to hurt you anymore." "What are you planning to do?" Naruto asked in fear. "I can give you my chakra to strike back. Defend yourself." "I can't do that," Naruto cried out in shock. "Even though they may hate me for something that is beyond my control, I could never hurt anyone regardless of what they do to me. Truly, this kid is unique." He would rather suffer the beatings and cruelty than to hurt someone else knowing that it won't help ease their pain. The 9-tails thought to himself as he let out a long, soft sigh. "Fine. I won't kill them. Come here, kid, and rest. I will take care of everything. You have nothing to fear." Naruto entered the cage, curling up next to the fox, as he could feel the demon's warm energy fill his body. This caused Naruto to let out a long yawn as he just wanted to fall asleep in the warmth. "What's your name? Do you even have one?" "Mine is Naruto." The 9-tails smiled as he wrapped Naruto up in his tails. "Kurama," replied the fox. "Thanks, Kurama," Naruto replied before his eyes closed as he fell fast asleep. Kurama poked at the seal that laid on Naruto's stomach as he took control over the child. The villagers leapt back as they could see strange chakra pumping out of Naruto's body. Took on the form of a fox. All of Naruto's wounds and broken bones mended back together in an instant. When Naruto opened his eyes, they were no longer the sapphire blue that he was born with, but rather blood red. The whisker marks on his cheeks grew broader as sharp fangs emerged from his lips and his nails became razor-sharp claws. Without saying a word, Kurama moved, attacking the villagers. He attacked them all in the same savage nature that they did Naruto. But he kept his promise to his host not to kill them. He kept his killer instinct to dull this way, not to alert the Hokage about what was going on. Not that the fourth would even help his own son. After dealing with the villagers, Kurama could see some umbu heading in his general direction. Kurama wasn't bound to stick around long enough to get this mess straightened out. So, he took Naruto deep within the forest of death, finding the child's secret hiding spot. Once comfortable, Kurama shut down his chakra, allowing any lingering wounds to heal. For Umbu arrived outside of the forest of death to find a bunch of villagers and fellow ninja whom have been wounded. These 4 just happened to be Naruto's own personal guardians. That damn demon. Wait till I get my hands on that monster. The villagers and ninja spat out. It didn't take long for the 4 Umbu to realize that they were talking about Naruto. The Forest of Death was one of the few places that Naruto felt safe. Cut. Weasel. Bear. Take care of these guys. I'm gonna find Naruto. Stated dog known as Kakashi Hatake. The other 3 Umbu didn't argue as they arrested the people that were still alive. Some bloody tracks followed Naruto's into the forest as Kakashi knew that the creatures in the forest would take care of them. Kakashi entered the forest angry with the 4th Hokage. Sensei, how can you turn a blind eye to your son's suffering? Both you and Kushina placed this burden on him as you promised Lord Sarutobi that Naruto would be seen as a hero. You treat both Menma and Nariko better than you treat Naruto. Kakashi thought to himself. Once in the forest, Kakashi performed a summoning jutsu calling forth his ninja hounds. You summoned us, Kakashi? Asked a small pug. Yeah, Pakun. I need for you guys to track down and find Naruto. He may be injured as he had been attacked by the villagers. Replied Kakashi. Leave it to us. Stated Pakun as the ninja hounds scrambled into the forest. Please be alright, Naruto. Kakashi prayed. Meanwhile, Naruto began to stir, slowly waking up. He found himself laying in a den with some foxes. Surprisingly, he didn't hurt as much as he thought he would. It seemed all of the wounds he had gotten the night before had been fully healed. This caused a lot of questions to pop up in Naruto's mind. I had boosted your own natural healing with my own. Stated Kurama. Oh, thanks, Kurama. What happened to the villagers? You didn't kill them, did you? Naruto asked. No, kid. But I caused the same damage that they did to you. So, don't worry. They won't harm you ever again. Oh, thank you, Kurama. Naruto replied. When he blinked his eyes, he found himself once again standing before Kurama's cage. It's no problem, Naruto. Quite frankly, out of all my hosts, you surprised me the most. You don't hate me for being sealed within you or even get mad because I had attacked the village on the day of your birth. You treat me more like a friend rather than a burden. You are not a burden, Kurama. Everyone needs a friend, even a mighty creature such as yourself. Don't you have any friends or family? I have my brothers and sisters, but I haven't seen them since our creator's death. I have family somewhere out there, but I haven't seen them since I have been sealed away. Replied Kurama. I'm sorry about that, Kurama, but I will be your friend and family if you want. Naruto stated with a bright smile. This caused Kurama also to smile. Naruto suddenly found himself face to face with a large dog who barked happily, licking at the blonde's face. Naruto let out a laugh as he tried to push the dog off of him. Okay, bull. Enough. Please stop. Naruto gasped out in between his fits of laughter. The large dog finally got off of Naruto when his master arrived. Thank heavens that you are all right, Naruto, spoke Kakashi as he dispelled his summons. Naruto leapt up into Kakashi's arms crying. It's all right, Naruto. You are safe now. Why me? Why? He sobbed as he now knew the answer to everyone's hatred towards him. Kakashi knew the answer, but it was forbidden to let Naruto know. I wish I could tell you, Naruto. Kakashi thought to himself as he carried the blonde who had now fallen asleep in his arms out of the forest. When Kakashi left the Forest of Death, he found the other 3 Umbu waiting for him. Is he alright, Kakashi? Asked Weasel known as Itachi Yukika. Itachi couldn't help but to picture his little brother Sasuke in Naruto's place. His brother and Naruto was the same age. Itachi wondered why Sasuke hasn't befriended Naruto. Knowing his baby brother, he thought that he was possibly far superior and better than him. He's fine, Itachi. It seems that the Kyuubi helped him and healed his wounds. I wonder that is going through Sensei's mind. Can't he see Naruto's suffering? We all wonder that as well, Kakashi. We can't let the 4th know about what had happened. That is why we, stated cat known as Yugao. Kakashi looked to see all those whom had attacked Naruto were dead. I know, Yugao, and I can't agree more. Come on and let's bring Naruto home. He had a long night, stated Kakashi. The others nodded their heads as the four of them headed for the Uzumaki-Namikaze home. While Naruto slept, Kurama had brought the child back into his mindscape. He felt like he owed it up to Naruto to explain what truly happened on the day he was forced to attack the leaf. Even before I was sealed within you, something about your presence drew me in. I could feel this strong connection and bond with you. Even though you are still quite young, some of your mannerisms remind me a lot of my creator. You must have had a very strong bond with him, as he sounds like a very noble man. I wish I could have met him and get to know him the way that you do. So, do I, Kit, as I have a feeling that you two would have gotten along so well, replied Kurama. The smile that was on Naruto's face slowly disappeared. Kurama, is there a way that I can free you from that cage? I don't like seeing you trapped like this. Now it was time for the fox to frown. Sorry, Kit, but at this point in time, you aren't capable of handling all of my chakra. Naruto seemed to pout at this fact. But however, this doesn't mean that you can't alter your mindscape. This caused Naruto to grin. Alright, next time that I am here, I will do that if you tell me how to do it. Also, Naruto, before you go, you know how you heard me in the back of your mind? Asked Kurama, causing to nod his head. You can communicate with me in the same way. It's possibly best that no one knows that you know about me. Kurama. When Naruto awoke, he found himself within his room in the attic. When he tried to leave, he found that the door was locked. His family at times would often lock him up there for days or weeks at a time. Great, Naruto mumbled. Suddenly, he could hear the door unlock as his parents entered. They both looked pissed. Without warning, Naruto got slapped across the face and punched in his stomach. Naruto tried to hold back his tears. He would never give his family the satisfaction of seeing him cry. You little filthy brat. How dare you show your face to us? We have lost more ninja because of you. Minato snarled. Seemed to Naruto that his so-called father found out about what happened last night. My wounds still throb because of you, as I can't even use any of my chakra. I wonder how in the world can you be cut from the same cloth as Nariko, as she is such a sweet angel. You are nothing but a beast, a monster, a demon. Kushina growled. Both of Naruto's parents beat up Naruto until he was black and blue. Now get out of our sights. You are no longer welcomed here, snarled Minato. Naruto scrambled past his parents as tears streaked down his face. He could hear Kurama snarling harsh words as they were directed more towards Kushina and Minato. He was infuriated that they could treat their son in such a manner. Naruto arrived outside of the ninja academy as he watched the kid whom were playing run away from him. My dad says that he is a demon who will bring nothing but bad luck. It's the monster. We have to stay away from him. He's such a loser anyway. He can't even hold a candle to the best and brightest students. He's only dead weight. He's not worthy to become a ninja. Naruto sat down on the swing as his blue eyes became dull in color. Asterisk, they are wrong about you, Naruto. If you are truly this unhappy here, then let's leave. Asterisk, Kurama stated. But where would I go? Naruto asked. Asterisk, anywhere. You can search for my children, my cubs. I know that they would look after you and help you become stronger. Please, Naruto. I can't stand to see you like this anymore. Staying here is going to bring nothing but misery. Asterisk. Asterisk, all right, Kurama. When do we leave? Asterisk. Tonight. Later that night, Naruto snuck back into his home, packing what little he had for his belongings. He didn't feel right about not leaving a note for his godparents. Once Naruto had done everything, placing the note where it could be found, he slipped back into the night, heading towards the main gate. When he got there, he had noticed that the two guards were fast asleep. Naruto managed to sneak by them, disappearing into the night. God only knew if he would ever return. He hoped that he could find what remained of Kurama's children, hoping that they wouldn't treat him as badly as the villagers of the Leaf and his own so-called family. Finding the Kitsune, Naruto was glad to leave his old miserable life behind him. The tricky part was going to be trying to find Kurama's children. For all Naruto knew was they could be sealed away within humans, have been killed, or in hiding. He had no idea where to even begin. Naruto figured that Kurama would be able to sense his children. As he walked, Naruto began to work on changing his mindscape. He imagined a lush and almost magical forest. He had a large tree growing over a cave that made for Kurama's den. A large stream flowed nearby going into a lake. Various wildlife and fruits grew all around this way Kurama wouldn't go hungry. Since dissolving the gate, the seal transformed into a dog collar that Kurama wore around his neck. While they traveled, Kurama worked on taking on a human form. This way he could teach and train Naruto to become a ninja if still desired to. After numerous attempts, Kurama finally on becoming human. He looked to be in his mid-30s, early 40s. He had long spiky red hair that matched the color of his fur. Long fox ears that sat through his mane of hair on top of his head. Kurama wore a set of Oriental-style robes. During the short breaks, Naruto would go into his mindscape to train with Kurama. Naruto was grateful to have the fox with him, as the great-tailed beast treated Naruto as if he was his own child. Meanwhile, Shuichi Minamino, from Yu Yu Hakusho series pictured above, had come back to the past after staying with his friends and spirit detective Yusuke Urameshi. After seeing his human family become happy and live out the rest of their natural lives, Shuichi began to miss his one true family. So, after saying his farewells to his friends, Shuichi Minamino traveled back to the past. Now you may be wondering what Shuichi isn't your normal everyday human. In fact, he is actually a demon spirit fox reborn with a human body. In fact, his true name was Yoko Kurama, after his father, the one-tailed Biju, Kurama Kyubi no Yoko. Before traveling back in time, he gathered what few kitsunes that existed in the present before making the leap back to gather the remaining ones. In total, there was 10 children, all of different ages, as most were female, as there was only 3 males. Being the eldest, Shuichi bought a large home for them all to live in, as the elder children worked jobs to help out, either to supply food and or clothes. Shuichi used most of his earnings from the dark tournament for the house and furniture. Naruto arrived within the closest village starving. He hasn't had anything to eat for nearly 2 days. But then again, Naruto didn't have any money to buy anything. His stomach roared angrily. He could feel Kurama perk up in the back of his mind. He's here within this town. Who? Naruto asked. My eldest son, Yoko Kurama. Naruto wasn't paying attention to where he was going as he smacked into a bunch of drunk men. The men he ran into had an expensive bottle of sake in his hands that fell to the ground shattering.
I'm sorry.
Naruto stuttered in fear. You little punk, slurred the man. Naruto. Run. I yelled Kurama. Naruto scrambled to his feet, bolting away from the dunk and angry mob. Shuichi, who was nearby, saw the young blonde running for his life with a bunch of drunks hot on his tail. Shuichi felt bad for the child, but he could feel and sense his father's presence nearby. As Naruto ran past him, Shuichi could smell the familiar scent belonging to his father coming from the child. Shuichi had heard rumors that his father had been sealed away within a human host. Could it be him? Shuichi thought to himself. Without thinking twice, the young-looking redhead ran after the group. Naruto ducked into a nearby alley, ending stuck in a dead end. The angry mob charged into the alley and begun to beat Naruto up to a bloody pulp. Naruto screamed out in pain as one of the guys broke his arm. He cried out for help, which he knew would never come. Hey, what are you guys doing to that child? Shouted out a voice. The group of men turned to see Shuichi standing at the beginning of the alley. Are you planning to stop us, pretty boy? What if I was? Shuichi answered with a sly smirk. The group of men moved to attack Shuichi. Shuichi took out a single rose, which transformed into a whip. Rose whip, he muttered, slashing at the men, who all went down. The group of men laid on the ground, bleeding from numerous scratches, as Shuichi made his way over to the child. Some of Naruto's wounds had begun to heal as he whimpered in pain from his broken arm. When Shuichi touched Naruto, he had the small child try to scurry away from him. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Kneeling in front of the blonde, he noticed the dingy clothing that hung off of his body. Shuichi could sense it a lot clearer. His father's presence and power within Naruto. Dad? Questioned Shuichi in a soft voice. Hello son, could you help my host? We can catch up when he is better. Kurama replied. All of Kurama's children was mentally connected with their father. Of course, Dad, replied Shuichi as he gently picked up Naruto into his arms. Shuichi couldn't help but to notice how skinny and light Naruto felt. Can you tell me your name? Shuichi asked. Naruto. It's nice to meet you, Naruto. My name is Shuichi Minamino, but my true name is Yoko Kurama. Don't worry, you are in safe hands. Thank you. The Kitsune clan. Shuichi had given Naruto a sleeping herb to knock the young blonde out. While he was out cold, Shuichi took the chance to set Naruto's arm back into place. He could feel his father's power beginning to heal Naruto's wounds. Shuichi had a lot of questions for both his father Kurama and Naruto. Yoko, Kurama called out mentally. Yes, Dad? Did you gather everyone together? Most. There is 10 of us total. 2 of them are your grandchildren. Most are your cubs. Who did you gather? Shuichi looked at the unconscious Naruto in his arms in question at his father's question. I am creating a summoning contract for Naruto. It's the only safe way to pull me from out of him without killing him. Kurama added. I see. Besides myself, there is Tomo, Chizuru, Sherifaner, the twins Koma and Saro, Azusa, and Momiji. The grandchildren are Shippo and Ginkgo. Answered Shuichi. Thank you. I will explain everything after Naruto summons me from out of the mindscape. As Shuichi made the final approach to the house, he could feel Naruto beginning to stir. Shuichi stopped to see the young blonde's eyes flutter open. Did you sleep well, Naruto? Shuichi asked as he put Naruto down. Yes. Thank you. Where are we? About a couple of minutes away from the house. Kurama said that there was 10 of you all living together. He created a summoning contract to have all the Kitsunes to be summoned, including him, to aid me if I chose to become a ninja. Stated Naruto. So, you are originally from one of the hidden villages. What about your family? Shuichi asked. Naruto looked sad and depressed when asked about his family. They don't care about me. They are probably glad that I'm gone. Naruto replied. Shuichi grabbed Naruto, pulling the young child close. Well then, they are idiots. We will be your family from now on. Stated Shuichi. Naruto cried into the older teen's chest. Come on, I bet everyone will love to meet you. Shuichi stated as he wiped away Naruto's tears. Naruto smiled back weakly as the two continue on their way. Soon the two were standing outside a large estate home. It was much larger than the Uchiha main compound. Naruto stood in awe as Shuichi took the young child by the hand, leading him into the house. Guys, I am back and I brought someone with me. Shuichi yelled out. Suddenly Naruto was knocked off his feet as foxes of various shapes, sizes, and colors nuzzled at him with love and affection. Dad. Grandpa. Called out voices at the back of Naruto's mind. Naruto laughed out loud as their noses and whiskers tickled his skin. Okay kits, that's enough. Please let my host up. Kurama stated. The foxes got up off Naruto, shape-shifting into their almost human forms, but each of them still had their fox ears and tails. Shuichi also shifted into his true demonic form. Naruto, allow me to have everyone introduce themselves. Stated Yoko Kurama. He now had silvery white long hair, a pair of matching ears and tails, as his eyes were a golden yellow color. I am Tomo, stated another silvery white fox. But his hair was much shorter than Yoko's as he had dark gray eyes. Tomo is from Kamisama Kiss. Hey! I'm Shippo, cheered out a small tan fox. His chestnut brown hair was tied up into a ponytail. He had pointed human ears and fox paws for his feet. Shippo is from Inuyasha. My name is Chizuru Minamoto, replied a golden fox. She had long golden blonde hair as the tips of her fox ears was a darker blonde. Her tail had a white tip as she had large lavender purple eyes. Chizuru is from Kanekon. I'm Sherifaner, but everyone calls me Sheru for short, added a light tan fox. She had long light tan hair as the tips of her ears was a darker brown. She had a white tip foxtail and lavender purple eyes. Sherifaner is from Record of Agarist War. I am known as Koma, replied a silvery blue fox with 2 tails. Her hair was a violet blue color as she had golden yellow eyes. Koma is from Telltale, and I am her twin sister Saro, stated a soft-spoken golden yellow fox as her ears and single tail matched the color of her hair. She had large emerald green eyes. Saro is from Telltale. Hello! I am Ginkgo, stated another soft-spoken silver fox who looked more like a boy than a girl. She had short, boyish-cut silver hair and silver ears and tail to match. She had large seafoam green eyes. Ginkgo is from Kawaku no Toki, and I am Azusa, stated a brown fox, but she had snow-white hair. The tip of her tail was white and she had grassy green eyes. Azusa is from Okashi Beast. And finally, I am Momiji, stated a golden-brown fox. She had short hair as the tips of her ears was black and she had light brown eyes. Momiji is from Hanamaru. It's nice to meet you all. My name is Naruto, the young blonde stated as he bowed his head. Naruto, now would be a good time to summon me. I want to explain to my kids everything. Kurama stated mentally. Naruto nodded his head as he bit down onto one of his fingers, drawing blood. Naruto ran his hands through the series of hand signs. Summon Jutsu. Kurama, he called out, placing his hand down onto the ground. A large summoning circle appeared from underneath his hand. A puff of smoke revealed Kurama in his human-like form. All of the kits moved, tackling the Fox Lord to the ground. Laughter arose from the great fox. Okay, it's nice to see you all. Now please get off of me so I can explain everything, stated Kurama. All 10 cubs got off of Kurama as they all sat down around the Biju Indian style. Kurama told them all about being sealed away within the Uzumaki clan only to be used as a weapon by Madara Uchiha and someone claiming to be Madara. He told about how he was forced to attack the leaf on the day Naruto was born. He fought Naruto's father Minato Namikaze before the third Hokage sealed him into Naruto. Naruto comes from both the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, but his parents beat him up constantly. His twin sister and older brother look down and pick on him. The villages hate and despise him because of me. He's sneered at, beaten up, spit at, spoke to poorly about, feared, and looked at like he's a demon and monster by the villagers. They even tried to kill him, Kurama stated. All of the girls broke down hearing this as the boys snarled angrily. This is when we set out to find you all. I had no idea that Yoko had already gathered you all together. I am asking for you all to help me look after Naruto, to make him a strong and more capable ninja. The Kitsunes talked amongst themselves before turning to Naruto and Kurama. Of course, we will help Naruto. He is somewhat family, stated Yoko. Tears streaked down Naruto's face as he cried. Then from this day forth we will be known as the Kitsune clan, stated Kurama. All of the cubs hugged Naruto, welcoming him into the family. They all vowed to not only make Naruto stronger, but to treat him like he was a part of their family, even if he was human and from the clan that had sealed him away. Naruto was nothing like the rest of the Uzumaki clan. While Naruto was getting used to his newfound family and seeing the ones who could take on a true human form transform into their human states, Jiraiya had returned to the Leaf Village. Jiraiya had received a prophecy from the great Toad Sage. A child who suffers in silence shall rise up to greatness. They shall forever end the endless wars that continues on today. They shall befriend the mightiest and most powerful beasts in the world. They shall also befriend those whom had suffered like them. They will be a hero in the world's darkest time, defeating a great evil. Jiraiya felt that the prophecy was about Naruto. Since he knew that Minato and Kushina haven't begun Naruto's training, he was going to take it upon himself to train the young child. Jiraiya arrived at Namikaze Uzumaki home as he knocked on the door to have Kushina answer it. Come on in, Jiraiya. I will get Minato for you. The kids will be happy to see you. Thanks, Kushina. Minato, your sensei is here, Kushina called out. Two young children came running in as they threw themselves into Jiraiya. Ajikan Jiraiya, Grandpa Jiraiya, yelled out Menma and Nariko. Hey, you two. Have you been good? Jiraiya laughed as he hugged his two grandchildren. Hi, Ajikan. Yes, Grandpa. They replied with broad smiles across their whisker-marked faces as they broke out in giggles. Jiraiya couldn't help but to notice that Naruto hasn't come out to see him. Sensei, teacher? What are you doing here? Minato asked as the kids climbed off of Jiraiya. I have come to speak to Naruto. Is he in his room? Jiraiya asked. I believe so. What is this about, Sensei? Minato asked. I will explain after I speak with Naruto. I was given a prophecy by the great Toad Sage as I believe it talks about Naruto. Jiraiya replied. He couldn't help but to notice the angry looks that crossed Minato's and Kushina's face when he mentioned Naruto's name. He knew that the two favored Menma and Nariko over Naruto, but he never confronted them about it or discovered the reason why. Jiraiya headed up to the attic, which doubled as Naruto's room. "Naruto, it's your favorite Ojikin. I am coming in," Jiraiya stated as he knocked on the door. No reply came as Jiraiya entered the room. "Naruto?" he called out, heading over to the part that was Naruto's room. But there was no sign of the boy. All he found on a worn-out mattress was a note with the words Ojikin/Abakin, Grandma. Jiraiya sat down on the mattress, opening up the letter that was written in Naruto's handwriting. "Dear Ojikin or Ojakin, if you have found this note, then it probably means that I am long gone. I can't stand the hatred, anger, fear, beatings, and the abuse that I receive because of something that I had no clue about, something that was beyond my control. I am referring to the nine-tailed fox sealed within me. I just found out about him on my birthday when the villagers attacked and tried to kill the monster/demon that they saw me as. What's even worse is when my so-called family also beat me up and abused me because of it. I find it strange how they can treat my twin sister Nariko like she is an angel, but treat me like at times that I don't exist or that I am a demon. Everyone but a very small handful don't hate me. No one besides these small few don't treat me like I am Naruto Uzumaki-Namikaze, but rather the nine-tailed fox reincarnate. Kurama, that is the Nine-Tail's true name. It wasn't his fault that he attacked that night. He was forced by a masked man who called himself Madara Uchiha. Even though Mother held Kurama within her before me, she never befriended or talked to him. He isn't like the stories people tell. I got tired of everything I had to deal with that I left the village. Kurama and I are going to find Kurama's children. I am also going to begin my training. I may return or I may not. So wish me luck. Yours truly, Naruto." Jiraiya was in tears after reading the letter. He was also angry and mad at his student. He knew that he had taught him better than this. It was time that the Uzumaki-Namikaze family got a rude wake-up call. Jiraiya took the note as he went downstairs. He stormed over to Minato's study, finding his student and his wife. "So, Sensei, what did you have to say to Naruto?" Jiraiya went up to Minato, punching him hard in the stomach, forcing the fourth Hokage to collapse to his knees. "Jiraiya, what the?" yelled out Kushina, only to have Jiraiya slap her across her cheek. Tears lined Jiraiya's eyes. "I thought that you both were better than this. Why did the third, my sensei, sacrifice his life? Did you forget, Kushina, what it was like to be the Jinchuriki? Are you both that blind and not able to see your own son? How dare you both beat and abuse Naruto but treat Nariko like she is a princess? Have you both forgotten that it was you two who placed this burden on Naruto? Now, because of your selfishness, you may have doomed not only this village but the very world." Both Minato and Kushina looked at Jiraiya, wondering what in the world he was talking about. "Here, read for yourselves," he stated as he slammed Naruto's letter onto the desk. "I hope that Naruto does for one return to show you both how wrong you were to judge him," Jiraiya stated as he left the house. Both Kushina and Minato read the letter, breaking down into tears. They looked at the photos that hung around their home, realizing not a single one contained a picture of Naruto except for the birth photo. Then they went up to where Naruto used to stay and realized that the attic was no place for a child. Both Kushina and Minato cried into each other's arm. "What have we done?" was the main thought that crossed both of their minds. Minato and Kushina had to find Naruto and beg for forgiveness. First thing Minato had to do was correct the wrongs that have been happening in the village and set the record straight. He also needed to find Jiraiya and hear what the Great Toad Sage prophecy was. He hoped that he could get Naruto back even after how he and his wife behaved. He also needed to make more of an effort with his children. "I am going to try to get some Ambu to hopefully find him. Let's hope that one day he does return. If he does, let's accept him back with open arms," stated Minato. Kushina nodded her head as she owed Naruto an apology. She had forgotten the ridicule and the alienation that she had suffered being a Jinchuriki. It wasn't Naruto's and or Kurama's fault for her wounds and the near loss of her chakra. If anyone was to blame, it would be that masked man who forcefully ripped the Biju out of her. Kushina hoped and prayed that Naruto was safe and that he would one day return back home. She felt that she owed her son and Kurama an apology for her behavior. But will Naruto forgive them? Naruto's return. The years seemed to come and go quickly, but still no sign of Naruto. Minato began to make some major within the years that Naruto has been missing. He had a stern talking to with Menma and Nariko. They also read Naruto's letter. They both felt so bad about how they treated their own brother. The Uzumaki-Namikaze home went under a remodel, making a room for Naruto. Minato also disbanded the civilian council when he found out that some of them helped participate in the daily beatings of Naruto. He also took care of the traitor Danzo when it was discovered that he has been killing off the Uchiha to transplant their Sharingan eyes into his body. Also thanks to Fukagu and Itachi, some of the Uchiha clan was killed off when they threatened a K on the Hokage and the Leaf. Minato and Kushina worked with training Menma and Nariko to help support Naruto and protect him when the time came to complete the prophecy. Little did anyone realize that the long-lost child of prophecy would return. Jiraiya had found the young blonde and helped in his training with the Kitsune clan. Jiraiya had told Naruto about the prophecy and worked with the young child, teaching him sage mode. He also told Naruto about how he scolded his parents about how they treated him. It would take something monumental for me to forgive them. I don't think I could ever truly accept them as my family, especially after everything that I went through. I'm going to return to the village only to show everybody there how wrong they were about me. Naruto explained. Now Naruto was 12 years old and the ripe age to start his training in the academy to become a genin. Naruto traveled back with Jiraiya, Shuichi, Chizuru, Azusa, and Tomo, whom were the only ones fully capable of even looking totally human. The rest were going to be summoned once they had set up a home within the Leaf. Jiraiya met all of Kurama's children and grandchildren, grateful that the Kitsunes were able to help take care of Naruto and accept him as family despite that he wasn't technically, as he only had their father sealed within him. Jiraiya was a bit upset when Naruto wouldn't sign the Toad contract, stating he already had a Fox 1 thanks to Kurama and his children. So, do you plan to use your original last name Naruto? Asked Jiraiya. I want no ties with them. My last name will be Kitsune. Naruto replied. Just before they got to the village, Naruto created a clone of Shuichi, while the older teen transformed into his demonic form, minus his ears and tail. Everyone was to refer to him as Otosen, father, until they got to their new home within the village. As they all approached the gate, both Kotisu and Izumo were actually on watch, as they could see Jiraiya traveling with an older man and 5 children. One of the children bore a striking resemblance to the 4th Hokage. Do you think that could be the 4th's lost son? He does look like the 4th and his children, stated Kotisu. I am not sure. I'll make a quick clone and alert the Hokage, replied Izumo as he made a clone, sending it over to the Hokage tower with a message that Jiraiya had returned along with what looked to be his lost son. Lord Jiraiya, welcome back. Who are these people with you? Asked Kotisu. This is Yoko Kitsune and his children Shuichi, Chizuru, Azusa, and Tomo. I have a feeling that you already know the blonde, answered Jiraiya. Both Kotisu and Izumo took a good look at the blonde. He had the same 3 whisker marks on his cheeks that both Menma and Nariko had, the same spiky hairstyle as Menma and Minato, the same golden blonde locks as Minato and Nariko, and the same sapphire blue eyes as Minato and his children. Naruto wore a martial arts kimono top of orange with a black vest, as it was tied with a red sash around his waist. He wore a pair of bluish-black fit pants, as his feet were in a pair of full shinobi shoes. A pair of black and red arm guards sat on his lower arms. See picture above minus the headband. All of Yoko's children were dressed in the similar fashion as Naruto. Naruto? They questioned in shock. Naruto looked at Yoko and Jiraiya, not acknowledging them. Can we go now, Ajikin? Grandpa? Otosen? Naruto asked in a dull voice. He wanted to get this over and done with. Of course, Naruto. Please excuse us, Yoko stated as they continued into the village, being led by Jiraiya. Meanwhile, within the Hokage tower, Minato was alerted that Jiraiya had returned with his long-lost son. Instantly, Minato performed the Flying Thunder God to inform Kushina about the news. He then teleported back to the office just as the doors opened. Izumo's clone had dispersed as Jiraiya entered with the Kitsune family and his son, Naruto. Naruto looked exactly like his older brother Menma, despite the difference in their hair coloration. It was taking all of Minato's will not to leap up from out of his chair to hug his long-lost son. "Welcome back, sensei. Teacher. Naruto, it is good to see you, son." A low growl arose from Naruto. "Son? Son. You haven't thought of me to your child since you kicked me out of your home. Oh, and let's not forget that you had abused me both mentally and physically." Naruto roared out as he slammed his hands down onto the Hokage's desk, causing the paperwork that was on it to go flying everywhere. Minato couldn't blame Naruto for being upset and angry as he kind of expected it. Yoko placed his hand onto Naruto's shoulder, getting the young blonde to calm down. "You will have to excuse him, Lord Hokage, but I don't blame him for his anger. What right do you as a parent have to do the things that you have done to Naruto? Ignore him, ridicule, abuse, and blame him for something that you have placed upon him?" asked Yoko in a low growl, causing Minato to raise his brow as it seemed the older man knew about his son's burden. "Then you know all about— Yes, we know all about the 9 tails that was sealed within him. Regardless of the demon you have placed in him, we of the Kitsune clan have opened our hearts and our home to Naruto, to the point that he has become a part of our family. The only reason why we came to this village is because of Naruto's desire to become a ninja. And since Naruto is already a part of the Leaf, we had no choice but to come here, much to Naruto's disapproval," Yoko stated. Minato watched as the children pulled Naruto back away from the Hokage as they comforted the young blonde. It hurt to see his own child being comforted by another family. "I see," Minato stated as he unleashed a long sigh. "Naruto, no words can express how sorry I am for how I had treated you in the past. I hope that you find in your heart to forgive me and your family, as we were wrong to treat you like that. We would also like for you to come back home so that we can become a family again. I already have a family, and it's with the Kitsune clan. They have done more for me that my so-called family has. They have accepted me even knowing about my heavy burden. If it wasn't for them, I would have been killed. It will take something monumental for me to even forgive me and have me see you as my family once again. Until then, I renounce my last name of Uzumaki-Namikaze, as I will from now on will be Naruto Kitsune," growled Naruto, his eyes flashing a dangerous shade of red when he looked at his former father. Minato unleashed another small sigh as he took Naruto's words to heart. There was a small light of hope that someday in some way Naruto would forgive them and maybe call himself a Namikaze Uzumaki once again. "I see and understand. What of your other children, Kitsune-san, sir?" questioned Minato. "Shuichi. My eldest is a skilled fighter as well as herbalist. My other children haven't expressed any interest in combat, as we are mostly shrine folk," replied Yoko. "If Shuichi is up to it, would it be alright to test him to see his level so perhaps he could be a captain of a genin team or a member of the Umbu Guard?" asked Minato. "Answer yes, Naruto," Yoko stated mentally as Naruto nodded briefly to the clone he had made of Shuichi. "It would be my honor, Lord Hokage," replied Shuichi. Minato had Yoko fill out paperwork of all his children's names, including Naruto's. He started a band fund with some of his own money to start the family off in the Leaf, as it was the least he could do to repay the Kitsune clan for the kindness they have shown to Naruto. He also gave them keys to an empty house that had just been built a couple of days ago, as it would be large enough for the Kitsune clan. "Classes start tomorrow at 9 in the morning. I hope that you will come to enjoy our village and make it your permanent home." "Thank you, Lord Hokage. Jiraiya, could you perhaps show us around?" "Certainly, Yoko." The family left the Hokage's office along with Jiraiya. Minato slumped back into his chair, not bothering to pick up the scattered paperwork. A small stream of tears began to fall down from his eyes. "We messed up big time," he sobbed to himself. His wife and kids were going to be devastated when they hear the news. The Leaf Village was exactly how he remembered, but it seemed that no one recognized who he was. Naruto was glad that no one seemed to recognize him, as it meant that maybe this time he would be treated more like a human being. Jiraiya led the group to their newfound home, this way Naruto could summon them. They inspected their newfound dwellings to find out that they all had to share a room with someone. The twins Koma and Soro were an obvious choice. Shippo and Ginkgo also chose to share a room. Momiji and Sharafaner decided to share one, leaving Azusa and Chizuru in another. That left the last room for Tomo, Shuichi, and Naruto. Since it was the three of them in one room, they got the biggest room in the house. They took down notes on what they all going to need from the old house to bring to the new house. Jiraiya had shown them how to seal things into scrolls. This way it made it easier for transport. After their new home was all set up, Shuichi started dinner enough for everyone as Jiraiya bid farewell to the Kitsune family as he hugged Naruto, ruffling his blonde locks. "Make me proud, Gaki, brat. You bet Ero-sensei, perverted teacher," giggled Naruto, earning a scowl from Jiraiya. "I told you not to call me that," growled Jiraiya, causing the Kitsune family to break out in laughter. Meanwhile, within the Uzumaki-Namikaze household, Minato had told his family what happened with Naruto. Everyone had broken down in tears. They were all saddened that he didn't forgive them about how they acted towards him in the past. But they were also glad that people were there in his time of need and raised him like he was family. All we can do is give Naruto time to forgive us. We just have to show him how genuinely sorry we are and try to make up for lost time. It's going to be a bit hard, but I know that in due time, he will forgive us," stated Minato. Everyone nodded their heads as they all went to bed preparing for what tomorrow may hold. The following day, Naruto traveled to the Ninja Academy aware that someone was watching him. He stopped in his tracks. "I know that you are there. If the Hokage sent you to keep an eye on me, don't bother," he called out. For Umbu came out of hiding, showing him the masks that he knew all too well. The same for Umbu that has always been watching and protecting him. Weasel, dog, bear, and cat.
"No.
Your father, Lord Hokage, didn't ask us to watch over you," stated Dog. "We heard you were back and had to see if the rumors were true," added Cat. "Although we didn't take into account you being able to sense us," stated Bear. "How have you been, Naruto?" asked Weasel. Naruto quickly hugged each of them. He was glad to see them all as he missed them all. "We were kind of heartbroken when we found out that you had left the village, although we understand the reasons why. So why are you back? To become a ninja and show everyone here how wrong they were to label me. I want everyone to acknowledge me for me and not the burden that I carry," Naruto stated. This caused both Dog and Weasel to ruffle his hair. "We have no doubt that you will accomplish great things, Naruto," they stated as they left the young blonde to continue on his way to school. The Ninja Academy was exactly the way that he remembered as he wondered if Iruka-sensei was still teaching. He could hear strange snarl hisses as a bunch of kids were all gathered around something. Figuring that it was some kind of animal, Naruto went over to help the creature out. "Hey, leave it alone!" he snarled, darkly scaring the kids off. What he saw caused his eyes to widen considerably. It was a small light green and teal feathered serpent. One of its wings as well as feathered tail plum were a mangled mess. The winged serpent let out a low snarling hiss as Naruto tried to approach it. "Easy there, little one. I'm not going to hurt you," Naruto stated softly as he knelt down, reaching out for the creature. It sniffed the air through its forked tongue as it relaxed its guard, allowing Naruto to pick it up. Clearly, it wasn't going far with a busted wing. Naruto took a piece of cloth from his sash, ripping it off. Naruto carefully bandaged up the creature's wing, earning small coos and purrs from it. "Mickey, where are you?" called out a feminine voice. The feathered serpent let out a loud chirping click, answering the girl's voice. A young girl rounded the corner to find her pet in Naruto's hands. One of its wings was bound. She was the same age as Naruto, as she had long wavy teal blue hair that she wore down as it ended at her mid-back in length. Bright light green eyes that almost looked reptilian in nature. She had pale Caucasian skin as she wore a v-neck purple shirt with a white collar and very short sleeves, gray fit pants with brown knee guards and full brown shinobi boots. She wore a pair of arm sleeves with gold metal cuffs that covered her arms. Her ninja gear was strapped to her right leg. Akira Tensho OC creation. "Mickey!" she cried out in shock. Never before has Akira Tensho seen her Quetzalcoatl dragon get friendly with anyone else except for her and her friend Shinri Karuto. Naruto walked over to Akira, allowing her feathered serpent to slither over to her. The small dragon cooed and chirped as it draped itself around the girl's shoulders. "You have quite an interesting little creature there. I found some kids hurting it. I bandaged up its wing as best as I can. But you might want to have someone check on its wing," replied Naruto. "Thanks so much. You must be new around here," I am Akira Tensho, and this is my pet dragon Mikihisa, or Mickey for short. He is a Quetzalcoatl or feathered serpent, as they are known more as. Akira stated as she extended her hand out. I am Naruto Kitsune. It is nice to meet you, Akira. Naruto replied as he shook Akira's hand. Akira, called out a male voice. Over here, Shinri. Akira and Shinri. A boy the same age as both Akira and Naruto rounded the corner. Shinri Karuto OC creation. He had medium-length snow-white hair, golden yellow eyes, and light sun-kissed tan skin. He wore a loose-fitting kimono top for a shirt that was gray and black in color, as he wore a black sash around his waist. He wore a loose pair of umbu-style pants that was purplish-black in color and a pair of regular shinobi shoes on his feet. He had his gear strapped onto his left leg. Oh, you finally found him. Yeah. A couple of kids must have found his favorite sleeping spot. Naruto here stopped them before they could hurt Mickey. Even though his wing and tail are injured, Naruto treated the wing. I see. So, you are the new kid that everyone is talking about. It's nice to meet you. I am Shinri Karuto, stated Shinri as he shook Naruto's hand. Naruto Kitsune, replied Naruto. Both Shinri and Akira volunteered to show Naruto around. Naruto accepted, as he would have to stop by the office to get his ninja gear, supplies, scrolls, and other stuff. Akira Tensho is the last surviving member left of the once noble Tensho clan, who had a very unique Kekkeigenkai known as Doragon Ketsueki, or Dragon's Blood. This Kekkeigenkai allows her not only to speak and command dragons, but also allows her to perform every known jutsu involving dragons, despite what kind of element nature she naturally possessed and its rank. Most of her clan had been killed off during the ninja wars or of old age. She had Mikihisa ever since it was an egg, raising the hatchling to become her partner, much in the same way that the Inuzuka clan does for their dogs. Shinri Karuto was an orphan ever since the Kyuubi attack, as most of his family were killed off battling the beast. He didn't blame the beast for killing his family like most others did, as he knew that they did it to protect the village and its citizens. Naruto was glad to make some friends, or at least two of them. Some of the other kids recognized him and steered clear away from the demon. Naruto's brother and sister watched as he laughed and talked with Akira and Shinri, the two students that most avoided like they were the plague. Not only did some fear the demon within Naruto, but also the dragon within Akira. All right, class, settle down and take your seats, yelled out Irika. Everyone did as they were told. We have a new student joining us, as he just moved into the Leaf Village. Please welcome Naruto Kitsune, stated Irika. Voices of the students began to whisper among themselves, as most of the class clearly recognized just who Naruto was. Naruto didn't let their whispers get to him, as he took a seat in the back of the class where Akira and Shinri sat. Naruto would show them all that you can't judge a book by its cover. And he wasn't going to let the rumors about him bother him, as he knew that he was stronger and not the same weakling that he was when he was a kid. 2 years have passed since Naruto entered the Ninja Academy. Naruto had only two loyal friends, Akira and Shinri. Both Noriko and Menma tried to apologize to their brother about their actions in the past. As I told Lord Hokage, it will take more than simple words to show me how truly sorry you are. On the first day of school, you said nothing to quell the rumors and have done nothing to stop them. Actions speak louder than words, growled Naruto. Noriko and Menma took Naruto's words to heart. From now on, if anyone speaks ill of Naruto or give him angry stares, we will do something about it. Noriko and Menma made a silent pledge to themselves. Today was graduation day, as they had to pass a series of tests. Naruto was on top of the class, followed by the Uchiha prodigy, Sasuke. Naruto couldn't understand what the girls saw in him. Guess the love, the whole brooding emo teenager vibe that he is going on. Kurama joked in the back of his mind. Naruto found himself smiling, as he knew that this Uchiha felt that everyone was beneath him. Perhaps we should show him his rightful place, replied Naruto with a slight smirk on his face. Naruto could feel Kurama grinning in the back of his mind. First test was kunai and shuriken throwing. Naruto stumped Sasuke when he got a perfect 10, while Sasuke only got an 8 out of 10. Most of the students got either a 5 or 6 out of 10. Next was the written exam. Once again, Naruto got a perfect score along with one other student by the name of Shikamaru Nara. The last and final test was a clone jutsu and transformation jutsu. Extra points were awarded for creativity and originality. Sasuke created 3 clones and transformed them into his family. "Beat that dweeb," he smirked. Naruto rose his brow to the challenge. "Naruto Kitsune," called out Irika. Naruto could hear the murmurs, but they were suddenly quieted when both Nariko and Menma shot them glares. Naruto stepped in front of the class, creating 11 clones. It was way more than any other student was able to create. Naruto then transformed each of them into the members of the Kitsune family only in their true demonic half-forms, including one of Kurama's human form with his 9 tails. Naruto also gave himself blonde fox ears and 9 fox tails. Everyone's jaws dropped at the sight. Naruto unleashed the jutsus, causing the clones and the transformation to vanish. "Congratulations, Naruto. You have graduated with top honors and title of Rookie of the Year. I am so proud of you," replied Irika as he handed Naruto his leaf headband. A broad smile crossed Naruto's face while Sasuke scowled. "Congratulations on everyone who had graduated. Report back here tomorrow to find out what teams you will be placed on." Naruto took off as he couldn't wait to show his family that he had begun to achieve his dream. Congratulations, Kit. I am proud of you. Stated Kurama. Thanks, Kurama. I am glad that I managed to achieve the clone jutsu finally after all that practicing we did. It's because you have so much chakra that you can't pull off a normal clone jutsu. You could create hundreds or even 1,000 of clones. As Naruto got outside as he could see parents waiting for their kids who graduated. He felt bad for Akira and Shinri as they couldn't celebrate with family. Naruto could see Shuichi waiting for him. Shuichi wore his headband as a badge on his Umbu uniform, which was all white and looked more like a martial arts outfit than a regular Umbu guard's. Shuichi was given the fox mask, which he only wore when he was on missions. "Shuichi!" Naruto shouted out as he ran to his adoptive big brother, waving his head plate around. Shuichi smiled as he hugged Naruto. "Congratulations. I knew that you could do it. We should celebrate." "Shuichi, would it be alright if I invite my 2 friends? They don't have any family." "But of course, Ototo, little brother. I will warn the others." "Thanks, Shuichi," Naruto replied as he went over to Akira and Shinri. "Akira." "Shinri, hey Naruto. Congratulations on being Rookie of the Year and top of the class," stated Akira. Naruto was happy that Akira wasn't a Sasuke fangirl like most in their class. "Thanks. I heard you tied with Top Kanochi, female ninja." "Yeah, with Sakura Haruno. I swear if I hear fangirl put you down one more time, I am going to claw her throat out," she growled as Mickey hissed in agreement. "My family and I are going to celebrate as I want you 2 to come." "Are you sure, Naruto?" asked Shinri in shock. "Of course. You're my only friends. I just hope that we are placed on a team together," replied Naruto, causing both Shinri and Akira to smile. "Alright then, what are we waiting for?" cheered Shinri. Meanwhile, within the Hokage towers, Minato looked over the graduation marks as his eyes widened at Naruto's score. Menma and Nariko did all right in graduation, but Naruto's score made it look like no else even mattered. Minato couldn't be prouder of Naruto. Now came the hard part of assigning teams. Minato began to draft together a list. 3 of his best Umbu had expressed an interest in being captains for New Genin, as he had 3 other captains ready for teams, as only one squad made the final cut last year. Minato would have to wait and see which teams passed the cut this year. The next day, everyone meet up in the academy as the 2 loudest fangirls fought over who was going to sit next to Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke was still brooding over the fact that Naruto had beat him for the Rookie of the Year. "Alright, listen up as I call out your names for your teams," stated Irika. Both Ino Yamanaka and Sakura Haruno hoped that they would be on a team with Sasuke. The first 6 teams came and went quickly. Team 7, Menma Uzumaki-Namikaze, Sakura Haruno, and Sasuke Uchiha. Your captain is Kakashi Hatake. Great, the Banshee and the Emo. "Why, Dad?" Menma asked himself. Sakura smirked and flashed a victory sign to Ino. Team 8, Shino Aburame, Kiba Inuzuka, and Hinta Hyuga. Your captain is Kurinai Yuhi. Team 10, Choji Akamichi, Shikamaru Nara, and Ino Yamanaka. Your captain is Asuma Sarutobi. Team 11, Daisuke Hayabusa, OC Creation, Sai, and Naruto Uzumaki-Namikaze. Your captain is Itachi Uchiha. And finally, Team 13, Naruto Kitsune, Shinri Karuto, and Akira Tensho. Your captain is Simba, OC Creation. Naruto, Shinri, and Akira smiled glad that they were together on the same team. Good luck everyone and best of luck in your careers as proud ninja of the leaf. The teams sat together waiting for their captains. Team 8, 10, along with 1 through 6 were picked up almost right away by their sensei teachers. Nariko was talking with a young boy the same age as her who had short reddish-brown hair, emerald green eye, and light Caucasian skin. This was Daisuke Hayabusa. He wore a crimson half-sleeve shirt which was trimmed in orange at the collar going down the shirt as it wrapped around the bottom of the shirt. He wore a black shirt underneath and a pair of baggy pine green pants. He wore a pair of fingerless black gloves, standard pair of shinobi shoes, as his gear was strapped to his left side, and he wore his headband around his waist. Most ninja wore their headbands around their foreheads. Naruto chose to wear his around his bicep. Menma, Sasuke, and Sai wore theirs around their foreheads. Nariko wore hers around her neck. Shinri chose to wear his around the waist while Akira and Sakura wore theirs as hairbands. Next to show up was Sasuke's older brother Itachi for Team 11. After Nariko, Daisuke, and Sai left, another man entered the room wearing an Umbu's uniform without a mask covering his face. His hair was black with a small part in his bangs a teal color. He had chocolate brown eyes and fair Caucasian skin. He wore a blue scarf around his neck and his headband around his bicep like Naruto. This was Team 13's Captain Simba. Team 13, he questions as Naruto, Akira, and Shinri rose to their feet. "Let's head to the roof," stated Simba as he vanished in a swirl of leaves. The 3 teens left Team 7 to continue to wait for their sensei. Simba sat on the roof as Team 13 showed up after a couple of minutes. "All right, you 3. I am sorry that I am a bit late, but I had to finish one last Umbu mission before becoming your captain. My name is Simba and I would like to get to know you all. So, could you each tell me your name, likes and dislikes, and future goals or dreams? I will start. As I stated before, my name is Simba. My likes are cats no matter how small or large. My dislikes are hunters who hunt them. My goal is to make this the top squad in the leaf," stated Simba as he then pointed to Shinri. "My name is Shinri Karuto. My likes are my 2 best friends Naruto and Akira, as I also like snow and cold weather. My dislikes are heat and people who stereotype others as well as pick on the weak and defenseless. My goals is to become a proud shinobi of the leaf." Simba nodded his head as he then pointed to Akira. "My name is Akira Tensho and this is Mikihisa, or Mickey for short," she stated as Akira patted her dragon's head who was draped across her shoulders. Mickey unleashed a chirping click as a greeting. "My likes are dragons, training, and learning new dragon jutsus thanks to my Kekkeigenkai. I also like my closest friends Naruto and Shinri and of course Mickey. My dislikes are bullies, people who put labels on others, and spreading rumors that aren't true. My goal is to become the greatest dragon master around and to find other dragons," stated Akira. Naruto. "I want for you to tell the others that you are a Jinchuriki who holds the 9-tailed fox," Kurama stated mentally. "Are you sure?" Naruto asked in shock. "I have a feeling that these people won't judge you. Plus, it will be more beneficial for you to get it out in the open," replied Kurama. Naruto sighed out loud. "My last name was Uzumaki-Namikaze, but since my family disowned me when I was 4 years old because I am the Jinchuriki for the 9-tailed fox." Naruto's group at the teen in shock. "But since being found by the Kitsune clan, I had changed my last name to be Kitsune. My likes are those who treat me as an actual human being. Kurama, the name of the 9 tails sealed within me and his family, training with Erosanin, Pervy Sage, and Shuichi. And also about my only 2 friends that I have made, Akira and Shinri. My dislikes are being seen as a monster or a demon when I only hold one within me and my former family. My dream, or more my goal for the future, is to become strong and to show everyone how wrong they were to judge me." Naruto bowed his head, waiting to hear his team reactions to what he had just told them. He could feel a pair of warm arms embrace him as Akira hugged him. Miki gave Naruto small kisses. Simba-sensei, is what Naruto just said true? Shinri asked in shock. Yes, replied the captain. It wasn't Kurama's fault as he was forced to attack that night. I don't blame you, Shinri, if you hate me now because of it, stated Naruto as Akira unleashed the hug. I don't hate you, Naruto, nor do I blame the beast. I know that my family fought to protect the people and the village to the best of their abilities. And you being its Jinchuriki means that you are doing the same thing, stated Shinri. Have faith in us, Naruto, as we are still your friends and teammates no matter what, added Akira. Naruto, are you sure about your decision to tell us an S-ranked secret? Asked Simba. Yes, I trust my friends who are also my teammates to continue to work with me. I will help them achieve their goals if they help me with mine, replied Naruto. Good, Simba replied with a smile. I don't see a reason to give you guys the bell test. I officially recognize you three as Squad 13 as from this day forwards, you are Genin of the Leaf. Tomorrow we will meet at 9 in the morning at the Hokage Tower to get our first missions, replied Simba. Squad 13 was supposed to be considered the unlucky team. But the opposite was true as they were the only team who didn't have to do the bell test to learn the lesson of teamwork. Squad 13 completed several D-rank missions quickly than any other team before them. Seeing their effectiveness and how they didn't have any team available for a C-rank mission that had just come in, Minato had no choice but to assign the mission to Squad 13. Squad 13. Usually we would give you another D-rank, but since we are short on available teams, I am giving you a C-rank mission. Can you please bring in the client? Minato asked. A guard left quickly, returning with an older drunk man. This is Kitsune, and your task is to escort him to the wave and protect him until his bridge is finished. Kitsune took a quickly drink from his bottle, looking at Squad 13. He was expecting some snort-nosed kids, but this group that stood before felt different. All right, Squad 13, go back home and prepare for a long mission. We will meet at the main gate within an hour. Before Naruto could turn to leave, Minato called out to him. Naruto. Hi, yes, Lord Hokage. Naruto replied. I heard that you were on top of your class and Rookie of the Year. Everyone is buzzing about your accomplishments. I want you to know that I am proud of you as well. I hope that you will be careful out there. Naruto just simply nodded his head before leaving. Minato sighed softly. Naruto still showed no emotion towards him, as all Minato could do was continued trying to make some small efforts to gain Naruto's trust back. Something about the request of the C-rank didn't sit well with Minato. Please, Kami, God, protect Naruto. Minato prayed. Naruto had alerted his family to his mission outside of the village. If you need us, don't hesitate in summoning us, Naruto. The young blonde nodded his head as he grabbed the necessary supplies that he needed. Naruto had shown up at the designated time along with the rest of his squad. All right, team. It should take us 2 days to get to the Wave Village. Make sure to always be on guard, stated Simba as the three teens nodded their heads. The group set out with Simba at the lead, followed by both Akira and Shinri, who flanked Kitsune. Naruto followed behind them. He allowed Kurama to heighten all of his senses. As the group passed by a water puddle, Simba made a very small hand movement which was clearly seen by the members of his team. The group walked by as the puddle shapeshifted into two armed ninja as they moved to attack Squad 13's captain first before moving to attack the group. Both Akira and Shinri stood in defensive mode before Kitsune, while Naruto had created several shadow clones to help him fight the two attackers. Naruto could smell the poison that was laced on their gloves. Naruto and his clones moved as fire gathered in the palms of their hands. Kitsune Flame, an original attack. The two attacking ninja shot water out of their mouths, but the fire didn't go out. Naruto and his clones waved their hands, causing the flame to leap out and attack the two ninja. The two ninjas screamed out in pain before collapsing. Naruto and the clones quickly tied up the two, earning an applause from their captain. The clones that Naruto had created disappeared in a puff of smoke. Good work, you guys. Well done, Naruto. You managed to take out two rogue Chunin from the hidden mist. Simba-sensei, it seems that they were after Kitsune-san, stated Shinri. Yes, it would seem so. Care to tell us why, Kitsune-san? Asked Simba. Kitsune let out a low sigh. It is because of Gato, he replied. Gato as in Gato Industries? Asked Akira. Yes. You see, our village is very poor and we are not connected to the mainlands. The bridge that I am building will bring in funding and supplies. This is a threat to Gato, so he hired ninja to kill me without me. The bridge will never be finished and his rule will be absolute. But if you are being hunted down by rogue ninja, wouldn't this mission be ranked higher? Asked Akira. Unfortunately, without how poor our village is, we barely had enough money for a C-ranked mission, replied Tizuna. Their C-rank mission had just got bumped up to an A-rank one in the matter of minutes. But Simba had faith in his team to complete the mission if they chose to. This mission is known as A-ranked. It's you guys' choice if we chose to continue or return back to the village. The three teens huddled together to discuss the options. The group reached a universal conclusion. We are going to continue on with the mission, Simba-sensei. They replied in unison. Simba made sure that the two rogue ninjas were tied up as he performed a summoning jutsu calling forth two lions. One to go back to the leaf with a message and to bring Umbu guards back to grab the rogues. The other was to watch the rogues and make sure that they don't escape. The group continued on their way, coming upon a large bay that led to the Wave Village. A small motorboat awaited the group to bring them across. By now a fog began to blanket the bay, allowing the group to sneak in unnoticed as the ferryman talked to Tizuna. The group could see Tizuna's bridge, which was almost halfway completed. There it is. The bridge that is the hope for our village to free us from Gato's grasp, whispered Tizuna. I still think that you are crazy, but if you do manage to complete the bridge, I will take back every terrible thing I have said about you, whispered back the ferryman. Just wait and see. My bridge will be famous, stated Tizuna. The ferryman let them off once they got to the other side. All right, Left Ninja, please make sure that I get home safely, commanded Tizuna. The group continued on their way, traveling through a forest as it looked almost like they weren't aware that they were being hunted. Mickey tensed as he unleashed a low growling hiss. This caused the group to slip into defensive stance. Naruto's keen ears could hear a blade flying through the air. Everyone get down, Naruto shouted out. Everyone did as Naruto commanded as a large broadsword flew through and sank into a tree. A large man wearing cow print pants and bandages covering a part of his face stood on the sword. Zabuza Momochi, I still see that you are still sealing out to the highest bidder, growled Simba. Ha! A former leaf Umbu. Just hand over the bridge builder and no one will get hurt, replied Zabuza. Sorry, no can do, snarled Simba. It's your funeral, stated Zabuza as he ripped the sword out from the tree, landing on the ground. Zabuza made a single hand sign, causing the mist to roll in. The group wasn't able to see a single thing. Akira activated her dragon spy technique, not being able to see a single thing even with her draconic vision. Simba merged with one of his jungle cat's summons, which gave him their vision and senses. Naruto activated his sage mode as his eyes would be able to detect anything regardless. Kidneys, liver, spleen, throat, eyes. Where shall I strike first? Zabuza asked. Naruto could sense the demon of the mist was right behind them. Naruto tapped Shinri, who created an ice wall so thick that Zabuza's sword couldn't cut through. The mist cleared, causing Zabuza to look at Squad 13 in shock. They showed no fear when standing before a powerful opponent. Zabuza didn't notice that Simba looked different, as he seemed more cat-like as patches of fur covered his body. His eyes were like a cat's. Beast human fury kicks, growled out Simba as he unleashed a flurry of quick kicks. Zabuza used a water clone jutsu to escape, but Simba proved to be quicker. Great cat claw attack, he snarled as sharp claws lined his hands as he moved to slash Zabuza. Zabuza cursed to himself as he had to use a substitution to escape. This man was far quicker, as Zabuza had no choice but to try to use his trump card, but he had no clue what ice jutsus that Shinri knew. Zabuza went over to the water as his hands ran through a series of hand signs. Water release, water dragon bullet, snapped out Zabuza. A water dragon arose from the water, causing Zabuza to smirk as he motioned the dragon to strike at Simba, but it seemed that the dragon wouldn't obey. How in the world is my jutsu failing? Zabuza asked himself. He looked to see Akira's reptilian eyes glowing as one hand was stretched out. Water release, water dragon bullet, she commanded, forcing Zabuza's own jutsu to attack him. Don't tell me that she is of the Tensho clan. As he could see Mickey fly over to Tizuna. Damn it, I have to rethink of my plan, Zabuza thought to himself. Even with Haku waiting to prevent his capture, the Umbu card wouldn't play with this group, as they had an Umbu for a captain whom he now recognized only by the nickname Death Tiger. So Zabuza used a water clone substitution to escape. He knew that he had to rethink of a way to kill the bridge builder and get rid of the ninja that was guarding him. The group continued on their way, arriving at Tizuna's home. Simba told his genin that they had not seen the last of Zabuza, so tomorrow they were going to train before going to the bridge. The group meet Tizuna's daughter Tsunami and his grandson Inari. What good are these kids pretending to be ninja? They are only going to get killed by Gato and his goons, yelled out Inari. A low, deep snarl caused everyone to freeze. Naruto's eyes had become Kurama's. What do you know of death? Just because you are too scared to stand up against Gato and his evil doesn't mean that you can't fight back. You have to stand up for what you believe in and refuse to be bullied, growled Naruto before storming out of the house. After Naruto had left, Inari began to cry. Something about what Naruto said and his eyes scared him far worse than even Gato. You have to excuse Naruto. You see, he hasn't led an easy life. He finally got tired of crying and allowing people to bully him, that he did something to change his life for the better, stated Simba. Inari was silent after what Simba had just told him. Akira, could you go and check on Naruto for me? Asked Simba. Hi, Sensei. Yes, Captain, she replied as she left the house. She didn't see Naruto anywhere in sight. Mickey, can you lead me to Naruto? She asked her pet dragon, uncurling him from around her arm and holding him in her hands. Mickey clicked his tongue as he began to sniff the air. When he found Naruto's scent, Mickey flew out of Akira's hands, heading towards where Naruto was. Akira was right behind the little dragon, hoping that Naruto was all right. Akira found Naruto in the middle of a forest as he was punching, clawing, and burning holes into a large tree. Mickey had landed into an undamaged tree as his feathers ruffled. The little dragon could sense that Naruto was dangerous. Naruto could sense Akira as he turned towards his teammate. His eyes were not his own, but rather Kurama's. Sharp claws lined his hands as sharp fangs were very visible. The whisker marks on his cheeks were broader and more noticeable. A sharp gasp escaped Akira as she remained perfectly still. Naruto? She questioned. Even though she was still a bit afraid of the young blonde, but she knew that Naruto would never hurt her. She was actually beginning to have feelings for the blonde, as she didn't care that he had a demon sealed within him. Naruto took several long, deep breaths, calming down as his eyes returned back to their normal blue color. Sorry, Akira. I didn't mean to scare you. It's all right, Naruto. I know that you wouldn't hurt me. Come on and let's head back, stated Akira. Naruto nodded his head as they went back to Tizuna's house. Over the next couple of days, in order to prepare for the return of Zabuza, Simba trained his team how to climb trees using chakra in the sole of their feet. Once that task was mastered, he moved on to water walking and teaching the group how to use their own chakra for attacks. Shinri was an ice type. Akira, because of her Kekagenkai, was a fire, ice, lightning, and water type. Naruto was a wind type. The group would train before they went to the bridge with Tizuna and after they were done for the day. Simba knew that the closer they got to completing the bridge, the more likely that Zabuza would strike again. Naruto apologized to Inari for snapping at him. No. I'm sorry. I had no idea that you had that hard of a life. From now on, I am going to try harder and not give up as easily, replied Inari. Naruto ruffled Inari's hair, smiling softly. I have no doubt that you achieve great things in your life, Inari, if you keep to that goal, stated Naruto. The next day, Simba allowed Naruto to sleep in as he went out to train late and did not return until early morning. The bridge was almost completed. He gave Inari a message to relay to Naruto when he woke up. It was close to noon as Inari and his mom were in the kitchen. Naruto awoke, bolting from the bed, realizing that he had slept in. Naruto quickly got dressed into his uniform. His senses allowed him to sense that two of Gato's men had entered the house. Suddenly, he could hear Tsunami and Inari scream. Naruto quickly rushed downstairs and outside to see Inari armed with a butcher knife threatening the two large men who was holding Tsunami hostage. "Give me back my mom!" shouted Inari. "Sorry, little man. Gato is in need of her. But you can wait for her in heaven," stated the tattooed man as he took out a sword to strike down Inari. Naruto quickly reacted as he grabbed Inari and used a substitution to prevent Inari from getting hurt. Inari looked up at Naruto in shock and surprise. "Naruto, are you all right, Inari?" Naruto asked as Inari nodded his head. "You did well trying to protect and get back your haha, mother. But leave this to me," stated Naruto. Inari nodded his head as he scrambled out of the way. The two armed thugs laughed at Naruto. "You think that a brat like you can stop us?" asked the grungy thug. Naruto simply smiled at them. "Oh, I am confident that I can. Especially when you no longer have a hostage," replied Naruto. The two thugs turned to see a female fox with golden brown fur, black tips on her ears and a white tip on her tail as she had golden brown eyes. The female fox grinned, forcing the two men to turn back, looking at Naruto, who was armed with an orb made of wind along with a clone who held the same jutsu. "Rasengan!" shouted out Naruto and his clone as they slammed the spiraling wind sphere into the two thugs. The two thugs went flying after the jutsu, hit them as they both landed into the water that surrounded the village and Tizuna's home. The clone vanished in a puff of smoke as Naruto walked up to the fox, petting it on the head. "Thanks, Momiji, for your help. I need for you to protect these two for me while I go and help my team," Naruto stated. "Leave it to me, Naruto," Momiji replied. Naruto went to check on Inari and his mom to make sure that they were all right. "Are you two all right?" Naruto asked. "We are fine thanks to you, Naruto," replied Tsunami. "Good. Momiji will stay and protect you just in case they return. I have to go and help my team," Naruto stated before he dashed off for the bridge. Meanwhile at the bridge, Squad 13 along with Tizuna arrived at the bridge to see all of the workers out cold as they had been knocked out. Thick mist began to roll across the bridge, forcing the ninja to take on defensive positions, protecting the bridge builder Tizuna. "So you returned, Zabuza. You still will not have the bridge builder," growled Simba as he summoned several jungle cats and instantly merging with a panther. Both Shinri and Akira stood armed with their weapons as Mickey flew besides Akira. "It seems that you are missing the blonde brat, Death Tiger. You and your team will not make it off this bridge alive," stated Zabuza. "We will see about that, Zabuza," snarled Simba as he ran his hands through a series of hand signs. Two lion heads made out of wind appeared surrounding his hands. "Twin lion fists," Simba chanted out as he punched the air, unleashing the jutsu. The wind lions roared out, dispelling the mist and killing instantly two of Gato's men. Zabuza stood with several of Gato's men, along with a kid wearing an umbu mask. "Shinri, you and some of my summons will protect Tizuna and the others whom are unconscious. Akira, do you think that you can handle the kid in the mask?" asked Simba. "Hi, Sensei. Yes, Captain." "Mickey, please stay with Shinri," she replied while giving a command to her pet dragon. Mickey chirped as he flew over to Shinri, landing on Tizuna's hat. Both Simba and Akira moved to attack quickly before anyone moved. Simba and some of his summons quickly slashed through Gato's men while moving to attack the main threat, Zabuza. Meanwhile, Akira and the masked kid were exchanging blows. "Your little dragon girl doesn't stand a chance against my Haku. Like your little dragon, Haku also possesses a natural Kekigenkai." As soon those words left Zabuza's lips, a light chill crept across the bridge. A large dome of ice surrounded both Haku and Akira. Zabuza was grinning wildly underneath his bandages. No one has ever lived once caught in Haku's jutsu. Simba simply smiled at Zabuza, earning a questioning look from the rogue ninja. "I would not underestimate Akira just yet. You haven't seen half of what she is capable of," replied Simba as he and Zabuza traded blows. Meanwhile, within Haku's demonic mirror ice crystals, Akira tried to meld the ice with her dragon fire jutsu. "Give it up. You will never melt my ice. Like you, I too have a Kekijinaki," Haku stated as the masked ninja threw senbons at Akira. Akira managed to dodge them. "Well, if my fire attacks aren't strong enough, then maybe an actual dragon might be able to break them," Akira thought to herself as she bit into one of her fingertips. When she tried to pull off the summoning, Haku pierced her with 1,000 flying water needles of death. Several sank into Akira's skin, causing her to cry out, "Sorry, but I can't allow you to perform that jutsu. I will kill you where stand," hissed out Haku as the masked ninja moved to attack Akira. A sudden blast of energy blew Haku away from Akira. "Akira, are you all right?" asked Naruto as he held Akira in his arms. Several Sanban needles were pierced into her skin. "Naruto, I'm sorry. I thought that I could stop this ninja, but it seems that I am not strong enough," Akira stated before she closed her eyes. Naruto shouted out Akira's name in a fierce roar. "She's not dead, Naruto. Just unconscious. Use my power to shatter this Kakagenkai and call on someone to treat her wounds," Kurama stated. Naruto nodded his head as he laid Akira down, quickly summoning up a white nine-tailed fox. "You summoned me, Naruto?" asked the fox. "Yes, Yoko. Look after Akira's wounds, please, for me. I have to knock some sense into this ninja," Naruto replied as he unleashed a blast of Kurama's power. His eyes were no longer their normal blue color as they became a slitted blood red. His whisker marks grew wider as sharp claws lined his hands and sharp fangs hanged over his lips. Naruto unleashed another loud roar, blowing Haku back into the ice mirrors. This kid isn't normal. Most would lose hope seeing a comrade fall, but it's almost like he knows that she is alive. And what's up with that creature behind him? I have never seen a summon like that before, Haku thought as the masked ninja tried to avoid Naruto's attacks. I have to stop this kid. He's dangerous, Haku thought as the masked ninja moved to attack Naruto. But Naruto caught Haku's hand as Kurama's chakra covered Naruto's hand, giving the blonde a superpower punch. Naruto punched Haku, sending the ninja flying through the ice mirrors, causing them to shatter. Naruto could see that Yoko had taken on his demonic human form and was treating Akira's wounds. Don't worry, Naruto. No one will see me in this form. Just take care of business, Yoko stated mentally. Naruto nodded his head as he turned his attention to Haku to see the face mask break, falling to the ground. Behind the mask was a young girl the same age as the teens of Squad 13. Yes, I know that Haku is a guy, but for this story I am making him a girl as I am pairing her up with someone in this story. You will have to stay tuned to find out who it is. Take your revenge. I have killed your teammate and I am no longer of any use to Zabuza-sama, stated Haku. Naruto charged at Haku with kunai in hand as Haku closed her eyes, waiting for her death. She could feel warm liquid splash on her but felt no pain. Haku opened her eyes to see Naruto's kunai had stabbed into one of Gato's men. Clearly, it seems that even the great Gato considers you and Zabuza to be a threat. Whatever bargain that Zabuza had made with Gato seems to be no longer in effect, replied Naruto as he quickly turned to dispose of another one of Gato's men. Haku armed herself with senbons, attacking several of Gato's men. It seems that we do have a common enemy after all. Meanwhile, the match between Zabuza and Simba had also come to a standstill as it seemed both men were getting attacked by Gato's goons. What the hell? I have a contract with Gato, asked Zabuza as he slashed at one of Gato's men with his large sword. I guess that he feels that if he kills you, then he won't have to pay you, Simba replied. Loud clapping filled the air as the group turned to see a short, stubby businessman with a can standing on the bridge with an army of goons. Exactly. After I take care of you guys, the village is next, replied Gato. Zabuza looked over to see Haku and Naruto fighting off some of Gato's men. Death Tiger. Do me a favor. What is it, Zabuza? asked Simba. Look after Haku for me. It seems that your village embraces those with a Kakagenkai, unlike the mist who shuns them and kills those who possess it. She's a good kid, as she might be able to teach your ice user a thing or two, replied Zabuza. You have my word, Zabuza. She is in good hands, stated Simba. Zabuza smiled as he armed himself with 2 kunai, one in each hand as he placed another kunai in his mouth. Zabuza dashed across the bridge, slashing his way through Gato's men as he could hear Haku yell out his name. Zabuza make his way towards Gato as the short man tried to escape but quickly meet his end at Zabuza's hands. The various wounds that Zabuza had gotten not only from Gato's men but also Simba put him down. The army of thugs tried to escape to the village only to have the villagers armed with various fishing tools and farming tools. They were led by Inari and Momiji, whom was still in her fox form. "We won't let you step 1 foot in our village," shouted out Inari as the rest of the villagers cheered. The thugs turned to see the bridge covered with 5,000 multiple shadow clones of Naruto. "Where do you think you are going?" asked all of the Naruto. The thugs decided to jump off the bridge into the waters to escape. The villagers let out a resounding cheer after the thugs left as the clones of Naruto went up into a puff of smoke. After winning back the bridge and chasing all of Gato's men out of the village, Simba felt that it was only proper to bury Zabuza's body as the young girl named Haku was distraught. "He wanted for you to live a better life. At least honor his wishes, as you are a very skilled ninja and it would be a shame to see you throw away your life," stated Naruto as he went over to where Akira laid. Yoko was back in his fox form as the young teen was waking up. "Naruto? What happened?" asked Akira as she slowly sat up. "I placed my senbon in certain spots to knock you out. I didn't want to kill anybody. I'm sorry about that," stated Haku. "It's all right, Haku. No harm was done," Akira replied as she rose to her feet. "Thanks Yoko and Momiji for your help," Naruto told the two foxes mentally. *anytime Naruto. You are family after all, as we will help you regardless. *chirped Momiji. "We will see you back home, Naruto," added Yoko as the two foxes vanished from sight. Naruto and his team remained in the Wave Village for 2 more days to witness the completion of the bridge. "Thank you for all of your help. We will be forever in debt to your village," stated Tazuna. "It is our duty, Tazuna-san." "All right, Squad 13. Haku. Let's head home," commanded Simba. "Naruto," Inari shouted out, forcing the blonde ninja to stop and looked at the young kid who was smiling. "Thank you for everything. I won't ever forget what you had taught me," Inari yelled out, causing Naruto to smile softly before he turned back around. Before leaving, Naruto gave Inari a thumb up. Once Naruto and his team was gone, the villagers decided to name the bridge as it was dubbed the Great Naruto Bridge. Squad 13 along with Haku made it back to the Leaf Village as they reported to the Hokage Tower. Minato was worried when he received word through one of Simba's summons that the C rank was actually an A rank. He felt that the group wasn't qualified for a A-ranked mission. But when he heard the group was returning back with a former mist ninja who was seeking shelter, Minato wasn't sure whether to be relieved or surprised. Squad 13 was proving to be a team not to underestimate. A knock came on the Hokage's door, breaking him out of his thoughts. "Come in," replied Minato as he sat down at his desk. Squad 13 entered the room along with a young female dressed like a boy, as she had a hidden mist headband around her forehead. "Ah? Squad 13, welcome back home. Well done on your mission. So, this is the ninja that you have told me about," stated Minato as he smiled at Haku. "Lord Hokage, may I introduce Haku Momochi?" stated Simba as Haku nodded her head. "Wait, Momochi as in Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the mist?" asked Minato in shock. "Hi, yes. Haku is his adoptive daughter, as Zabuza sacrificed his life to help us defeat a greater evil. He asked for Haku, who has a Kekigenkai, to be sheltered within the leaf, as if she returned to the mist, she would be killed," replied Simba. "I see. She is a very skilled ninja, close to Umbu and or Chunin levels," added Simba. Minato nodded his head as he opened up a drawer in his desk, pulling out a leaf headband. "Well then, Haku Momochi, welcome to the leaf. I will have someone evaluate your skills to see if you are as good as Simba says. You will be watched over during a period of time in order to make certain that you are not a threat to the village," stated Minato. Haku took off the mist headband, handing it to Minato before she took the leaf headband, placing it around her forehead. "Lord Hokage, I would also like to request that Shinri, Akira, and Haku be placed under my care until they are old enough to live alone," requested Simba. "Granted. I will also pay you all for completing an A-rank mission. Simba, please remain behind, as I would like to get a full report. Meanwhile, your team is dismissed," stated Minato. Squad 13 along with Haku left the tower as the team decided to show the ice ninja around the village. After Simba gave his full report and completed the necessary paperwork to become a temporary guardian over Haku, Shinri, and Akira, Minato slumped back into his chair. What Simba had just told him about what happened and how Naruto dealt with the situations. Minato began to feel even worse. It was almost as if his son was a stranger to him. He battled against rogue Chunin without thinking twice about it. He took out a skilled ninja like Haku like it was nothing. He was able to use the demon's power without losing control. Naruto, just how strong have you become? Minato thought to himself. He wondered if Menma or even Nariko could even stand next to Naruto in his time of need. Sensei, teacher. Why do I fear that Naruto could become a threat to this village instead of a hero that has been prophesied? Minato thought as he got up from his chair, as he went to the window to look at the carved faces on Hokage Mountain. Lord Sarutobi, I have failed and went against your wishes. I have failed my own son as a parent as I saw him just as everyone else did, as a monster, a demon. Now it seems that I don't know anything about Naruto or even tried to understand him. Minato sighed to himself. He went back to his desk to see that the Chunin exams were coming up soon. Perhaps I should gauge his skill and try harder to be a better parent to him. Please let this be the right choice. Minato prayed as he began to fill out the paperwork for the Chunin selection exams. A week had gone by in a blink of an eye as Minato was holding a secret meeting with all of the Jonin captains to see who they recommend for the Chunin exams. Already ninja from the other villages have made their way into the Leaf Village. Minato was surprised when all of the captains recommended their teams to participate. All of the teams had completed the necessary missions to enter. Minato knew that Naruto and his team were beyond qualified, especially given that they had completed a couple of B rank. Minato also knew that Menma and Nariko were also in good standings. And it wasn't because he was their father or the fact that he had trained them, but it was because they have been training even harder when the two learned about Naruto's A-rank mission. When Minato asked them why, they replied, "We don't want to seem weak if we are to help Naruto complete the prophecy. We want to be able to stand by his side as strong shinobi." Minato found himself smiling at the thought as he handed all of the captains the papers to hand to their genins. As the captains turned to leave, Minato called out to Simba, "Can you make certain that Naruto gets this?" Minato asked as he handed a scroll to Simba. Simba took the scroll as he bowed his head. Meanwhile, Squad 13 was traveling to meet up with Simba when they heard some people arguing and kids screaming. Without thinking twice, Naruto moved to find out what was going on. A guy wearing a cat-like suit and purple with white kabuki makeup held Konohamaru by his scarf. Menma was on the ground with a bloody lip. "Let Konohamaru go," snarled Menma as the guy kicked him in the gut, laughing. "You guys are weak, and besides, this brat ruined my outfit." He growled as he went to punch Konohamaru in the face. Naruto moved, grabbing the sand ninja's hand before he could punch the frightened child. He freed the child from Kankuro's grip as Naruto's hand tightened around the sand ninja's fist, causing Kankuro to gasp in pain. Naruto could hear Kurama gasp in the back of his mind. It seems that my baby brother is here. He is sealed into one of the sand ninja that is behind you. Kurama stated. Naruto could sense the other ninja's presence as it seemed that this ninja was very interested in Naruto, but he couldn't figure out why. "If you don't want your teammate here to end up with a broken hand, then I suggest that you teach him not to pick on those whom are weaker than him. Especially a child who didn't harm him in any way," Naruto snarled. Everyone looked at Naruto wondering who he was talking to. "Kankuro, stop setting a bad example for our village," stated a red-haired ninja as he appeared behind Kankuro in a swirl of sand. "Gaara," Kankuro stuttered in fear. "I am sorry for the disturbance as I will make certain that it will not happen again," Gaara stated as he watched Sasuke and Sakura help Menma up to his feet. Something about Sasuke's presence made Gaara crave the Uchiha's blood. "Don't even think about it, Shikaku. I will not let you fulfill your bloody desires with anyone from this village," Kurama growled out mentally. This caused Gaara's eyes to widen when he heard Kurama speak in the back of his mind. "Temari, Kankuro, head on to the hotel. I need to speak with this ninja." stated Gaara. But Gaara, Kankuro stated, earning a death glare from the redhead. Akira. Shinri, go ahead without me. I will meet up with you in a bit, Naruto told his team. Menma could sense the same energy and vibe coming from Gaara that Naruto also had. Come on Sasuke, Sakura, and Konohamaru, stated Menma, nodding his head to Naruto. Asterisk, it seems that your older brother can sense it. That's why he is pulling everyone away. This way you and Gaara can talk in private. Asterisk, Kurama stated. Once everyone was gone, Naruto turned his complete attention towards Gaara, whom was looking at Naruto in confusion. You are a Jinchuriki like me, Naruto stated. Asterisk, it's possibly better if we do this in his mindscape, Naruto. I have a feeling that Shikaku has been misleading the child. Asterisk. Alright Kurama, Naruto replied as he brought Gaara over to a bench. Both sat down before Naruto found himself pulled into Gaara's mindscape. Gaara's mindscape was far different from Naruto's, as it was a barren desert as far as the eye could see. Gaara stood before Naruto, unsure of what was going on. Gaara's eyes widened considerably when he saw Kurama materialize behind Naruto. Shikaku! Kurama roared out. A large tan bulky raccoon covered in blue lines and dots appeared behind Gaara. Mother! Gaara questioned, earning a sharp snarl from Kurama. Fix the damage. Now! Kurama commanded. Shikaku placed a paw on Gaara, pumping his chakra into his host. I can't believe you, Shikaku. Do you love to torment and torture your hosts? You should be working with him, not against him, Kurama stated, shaking his head. But... Kurama, Shikaku began to state, earning a death glare for the Nine Tails. Give us a chance, Shikaku. Not all humans are bad. Maybe you can give Gaara hope and understanding, as he may not see you as the monster that you betray yourself to be, Naruto stated. Shikaku looked at the young blonde with wide eyes. Shikaku removed his paw from Gaara, only to have the redhead look at the raccoon with tears in his eyes. Why? Gaara asked, breaking down. The demon felt so bad that he took on his human form, scooping Gaara up into a hug. Shikaku had long, spiky, sandy brown hair that matched his fur when he was in his true demonic form, as his hair took on the same characteristics as his tail. Blue swirls, lines, and dots covered his body as he had pointed human ears. Shikaku wore clothing that was reminiscent of a desert traveler. I am sorry, Gaara. I have been so angry for a long time. Forcefully ripped and placed into new hosts just to be used as a weapon time and time again. You are not a weapon, Shikaku. You have emotions just like every other being. Perhaps you and Gaara can work together and build a friendship. Kind of like the one that Naruto and I have, stated Kurama as he took on his human form. Gaara and Shikaku pulled apart as the redhead wiped away the tears that were in his eyes. Yeah, that would be nice, they both stated. According to Shikaku, Gaara hasn't led an easy life. Much like Naruto, he was viewed as a monster and a demon. His sanity cracked when someone he cared for deeply tried to kill him. That's when Shikaku took over to help him cope, but not in the way that he should have. You are not alone, Gaara. Kurama and I know exactly how you feel, as we also went through the same things. If you ever need someone to talk to, you can always contact us mentally, Naruto stated. Since Kurama and Shikaku managed to set up a link for the two Jinchuriki to speak mentally even over great distances, it would also allow Kurama and Shikaku to speak with one another, catching up on lost time. Thanks, Naruto, stated Gaara with a soft smile. Kurama, before you leave, I feel that I should warn you, stated Shikaku. Warn me about what? Kurama asked. The Sound and the Sand Village have teamed up to start to wage war on the Leaf, replied Shikaku. Let me guess. Their goal is to have Gaara unleash you to cause a great number of casualties. Kurama growled as Shikaku nodded his head. Kurama unleashed a loud snarling curse which caused both Naruto and Gaara to flinch. But no matter what their plans, I won't do it. I am not going to be their weapon for this silly war, Shikaku stated. This caused Kurama to give his younger brother a fanged smile. Perhaps with the help of our hosts we can avoid what is going to happen, Kurama stated, as it seemed that the fox had a plan. After discussing the plans about the impending attack, Naruto meet up with his team to see that their sensei, Captain, hasn't arrived yet. Naruto, What was that all about? Asked Shinri. I will tell you when Simba-sensei gets here. Naruto replied. Tell us what, Naruto? Asked Simba as he suddenly appeared in a swirl of leaves. Naruto let out a long soft sigh as he informed his team about Gaara and Shikaku, about what was going to happen during the Chunin exams. I see. So, Gaara and Shikaku are going to work with us to help protect the village. We should alert the Hokage about the threat. Meanwhile, I am going to be giving you guys an A-rank mission. Simba stated as he handed Naruto, Akira, and Shinri the papers to enter the Chunin exams. You three are going to enter the exam. If you happen to come those who are a threat to this village, kill them. I will inform the Hokage about what is going to happen. Simba stated. Squad 13 nodded their heads that they understood. Naruto, this is for you from Lord Hokage. This caused Naruto to raise his brow as he took the scroll from Simba. I wish you guys luck in the exam, and hopefully some of you may even earn the rank of Chunin. No matter what, I am proud to call you guys my genin, as you are the best squad that I had the pleasure of serving as your sensei. Squad 13 went their separate ways as Naruto stayed in the field to read the Hokage's letter. Naruto bit into his thumb to unseal the scroll that Simba gave him. Naruto, no words can ever express how sorry I am for how I treated you. I have no right to call myself a parent, as I should have obeyed the third's wishes and see you as a hero of the leaf. Kushina told me just how terrible the Nine Tails was and how much of a burden he was to carry. I was a bit shocked that she would even agree to put such a heavy burden on you. Even battling against the Nine Tails, I could only see a monster capable of rage and destruction. I listened to everyone telling me that my own child was a demon and monster that I began to believe their words. And for that I had lost you. I am eternally grateful for the Kitsune family who took you in and helped provide for you in the way that I should have. When I heard about your C rank becoming an A rank, I wanted to fly to you and help you come back home safely. It surprised when Simba told me how you single-handedly took out 2 rogue Chunins. It made me realize that I knew next about you or even what training you have done. Now it turns out you are going for the Chunin exams. First, I want to wish you luck even though I feel that you won't need it. Second, if you do make it towards the final rounds, I would like to be your sensei if you let me. I also want to try to get to know you as a person if you let me. Please give me and our family a chance to show you how deeply sorry we are, as we want to earn your trust before it's too late. Good luck in the Chunin exams. Sincerely, your father, Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage. Tears began to fall from Naruto's eyes even though he may have changed his last name and refused to have any interactions with his former family. His father was willing to start off with a clean slate. Asterisk, I say that you give them a chance, Naruto. If his letter moved you this much, I say let bygones be bygones. I know how much they have hurt you in the past, but we have to move past that. Asterisk stated Kurama in the back of his mind. Naruto wiped away his tears rolling up the scroll. Naruto knew that he couldn't let his hate continue to consume him. Forgive and forget was the way of the sage. What about your kids? Asterisk Naruto. I am not saying that you should go live with your family right away. Ease them back into your life little by little. Give them a chance to slowly earn your trust and love. My family will always be there for you regardless. Asterisk Kurama stated. Naruto had a lot to think about as he wanted to talk to Kurama's children to get their input. He even let them read Minato's letter. The girls broke down crying as Minato's letter moved them deeply. Even the guys had a bit of tears in their eyes. Naruto, you should give your family a chance. Minato always asks me when I see him how you are doing. I can tell that he does genuinely worry about you. Have them show you how truly they want you back in their lives. We will be here no matter what, as you are a part of our family. You have got to allow them the chance to truly get to know the real you, stated Shuichi. Shuichi is right, Naruto. You can always come here to see us if you wish, as we will always come to your aid if summoned. We will not leave you no matter what happens, added Sheriff Anner. All the others nodded their heads as agreement, causing Naruto to break down in tears before the foxes all moved to give Naruto a big group hug. Thanks, you guys, Naruto stated as he broke the hug, wiping the tears away from his eyes. Ginkgo, could you go and deliver a message to the Hokage for me? Of course, Naruto, chirped Ginkgo. Tell him that I will take him up on his offer. I will also give my family the chance to try to make up for lost time, but a little bit at a time. I want to see for myself how truly sorry they are and work on a relationship with them. Certainly, Naruto. Ginkgo replied as she took on her fox form, darting out of the house. Naruto let out a long, soft sigh as he wondered in his mind if he was making the right decision. He could tell from Minato's letter that he meant every word. He could see from Menma's reaction today that he knew that Gaara was a lot like him. Even the elder Great Toad Sage had foretold him that if he didn't fix his estranged relationship with his former family, he may forever lose them and go into a state of depression that would cause him to lose the will to live and protect those he cares about. Naruto found himself praying to Kami, God, that he was doing the right thing. It was the day for the Chunin exams as Naruto and his team made their way to the exam building. When they got to the second level, it read that it was the third level. Two ninjas stood before the doorway that read 301, preventing the others from entering. Asterisk, what a weak-ass genjutsu. Jesus, couldn't Izumo and Kotetsu do better? Asterisk, Kurama asked mentally. Asterisk, it's to weed out the weaker ninja. Kind like the bell test. Asterisk, Naruto replied as he tapped the side of his leg to alert his team that it was a genjutsu trap. The team continued onward to the assigned room to see it full of ninja. All of the Leafs graduating class were already there as Squad 13 were the last to show up. So, it seems that even the unlucky squad is here along with it looser genin. Laughed Kiba. Menma suddenly grabbed the feral-looking boy by his jacket. Don't you dare insult my Ototo, little brother, snarled Menma. Kiba took a good look at Naruto as he could see how much both Menma and Naruto looked alike even despite the difference in their hair color, and that Menma was 2 years older than his sibling. Suddenly, a cold shiver danced up Kiba's spine as he turned his head to see Noriko giving him a dark glare. Even the female Uzumaki-Namikaze looked like her older brother Menma and Naruto Kitsune. All right, you maggots, listen up. There will be no fighting here. Now line up and take a number. This number will correspond with a seat that you will take before we can begin, shouted out a scared-up man. One at a time, each of the genin took a number and a seat. None of the other genin sat near or even close to their teammates. All right, listen up. I am only going to explain the rules once. This is a written exam that will take 1 hour to complete. There are 10 questions in total, but only 9 on the test, as the last one will be given verbally. You will only have 1 hour to complete the test. Close to the end, we will ask you the 10th question. There will be no cheating on this test as we have proctors throughout the room who will be watching. Anyone caught cheating will be eliminated along with their team. The questions are based on a point deduction scale as you will start with 100 points. For every wrong answer that you get, you will lose 10 points. If your team reaches a total of 0 points, you and your team fail. I am your examiner for the first round, Ibiki Marino. You may start the test. Now, everyone flipped over their test papers as all of the written on the test were far too difficult for a lowly genin to solve. The key was to cheat without getting caught by the proctors. Asterisk Kurama, let me borrow your eyes and ears. Asterisk Naruto commanded mentally. Sure thing, Kit, replied the fox. Naruto closed his eyes as he felt Kurama's powers surge through his body. When Naruto opened his eyes, they were now Kurama's. Naruto scanned the room carefully, listening to the other genin in the room as they tried to answer the questions. Naruto had noticed that some of the supposed genin weren't filling out answers, but they had their sheets visible to copy from. Naruto made a mental note to which ones weren't genin and began to copy the answers from the various sheets. Meanwhile, Akira had used her clan's jutsu dragon spying technique, while Shinri used his ice to create mirrors to copy answers from either Naruto or Akira. 45 minutes had passed as the large group had been dwindled down. All right, you maggots, listen up. It is time for the 10th question, as this question will be a pass or fail question. You can choose to take this question and hopefully get it right, or you could leave and take the exam next year. Note that if you leave, that means your team leaves with you, stated Ibiki. Several ninjas raised their hands as their numbers were called out and their teams left the room. The numbers began to dwindle down even more. Suddenly, someone slammed their hands down onto the desk. Naruto turned his head slightly to see his twin sister standing up staring down Ibiki. I refuse to give up and give in, she shouted out. You do understand that there is a chance that you could remain a genin for life if you fail here. stated Ibiki. Then so be it. I will continue to try again if I fail. But at least I know that I tried and didn't give up. Noriko stated as she sat back down. Goddamn. She is about as stubborn as your mother and about as hot-headed too. Kurama stated in the back of Naruto's mind, causing the young teen to snicker. Just think. You could have ended up with her as your jailer.
Asterisco no.
Thank you. Growled Kurama. Ibiki looked around, seeing that after Noriko's little speech, no one else was budging. All right then. You all pass, stated Ibiki. Everyone was in complete shock. How in the world did they pass? This test was geared to get you to cheat and gather information through cheating. As for the 10th question, it was to see if you were willing to risk everything. On missions, when gathering intel, you will have to risk your life to gather that information. Those whom are captured by the enemy will try to break you to gain that information, stated Ibiki as he removed the bandana from his head to show everyone in the room all of the numerous wounds that had been inflicted upon him. It was not a pretty sight, as some gasped at the wounds. You will be asked as Chunin and Jonin to risk your life for the sake of this village and for the sake of others that you are sworn as ninja to protect. Suddenly the window from the side of Ibiki shattered as a large banner hung before him that read, "The super sexy Proctor Anko Mitarashi is here. All right, everyone. It's time to begin the second half of the exam." Anko cheered out. "Anko, you are early again," coughed Ibiki from behind the banner. Anko looked out at the group and noticed that there were far more than she anticipated. "Ibiki, have you grown soft? You passed so many this year. What can I say? We have gotten a good crop of candidates this year." "Well, that doesn't matter. By the time that I am done with them, I will have the number cut down to half," Anko stated with a slight smirk. "All right, everyone. I am Anko Mitarashi and I will be the proctor for the second half of this exam. Now if you will all follow me to the next staging ground," replied Anko as she lead everyone to where the second part where the trials were going to take place. Anko lead the remaining genin to the Forest of Death. Naruto couldn't help hide the smirk on his face as he knew every inch of this forest. Welcome everyone to Training Area 77, or as we in the Leaf know it as the Forest of Death. Here is where the second part of the exam will take place. Each of you will fill out a waiver stating that we will not be reliable if you die or get injured from this point on. I will then explain the rule for the second half of the exams, stated Anko. The genin were all given a paper and pen to fill out the form that was handed to them. Once the papers were filled out, Anko directed their attention to the map of the area. "All right, listen up," called out Anko, directed their attention to the map of the area. "See that tent behind me? One member of your team will take the papers and be either given a heaven scroll or an earth scroll. Your task is to obtain both scroll and make it to the tower in the center within 5 days. You also can't open the scroll for any reasons," stated Anko. "What are we to do about food?" asked Choji. "There are various animals and plants that you can hunt to survive on. Just beware of the poisonous and vicious animals that can or will kill you," replied Naruto. Anko looked at him in shock. How could a genin know so much about the forest? Then she remembered when some of the Umbu who told her about a child who would seek shelter within the forest to escape the people who want to harm him because of what he held within him. It is just as this genin says. From this point on, anything goes. Now all of you chose a team member and we will assign you to a gate to enter in from, stated Anko. One at a time, the teams lined up as Naruto was chosen to get the scroll for their team. Naruto's team obtained a heaven scroll, meaning that they would have to secure an earth scroll to move on. Naruto and his team were given gate 10. At the sound of the buzzer, the gates will open. "Best of luck to all of you," shouted out Anko. The buzzer rang out as the gates swung open. The teams of genin rushed into the forest. Naruto led his team to where he knew his secret hiding spot was. There they could plan their moves. "All right guys, before we continue on we should plan," Naruto whispered as he took out from his pouch communication devices, handing one to Akira and Shinri. Both clipped on their devices, activating them. "Passcode?" he asked in a low voice. 9 Kurama. Both answered. Naruto nodded his head. In a low voice, he told the group of the plan to capture the scroll they needed and to head straight for the tower. If we come across sand or sound ninja that are a threat to the village, we are to kill them, stated Naruto. Remember, if we are separated for any reason, give the password. Both Shinri and Akira nodded their heads. Squad 13 began to make their track through the forest when suddenly Mickey let out a low snarling hiss. Naruto, hold up, Akira stated. What's up, Akira? Naruto asked. Mickey is picking up an odd scent of a snake-like human, replied Akira. Orochimaru. He is possibly in disguise as he had his sights on gaining the Uchiha Sharingan. Kurama stated mentally. This caused Naruto to curse out loud as he quickly changed direction. Akira, have Mickey lead us to that scent. Team 7 is going to need our backup, Naruto stated. Akira nodded her head as the little feathered serpent dragon flew ahead of the team. They found Team 7 facing against what looked to be a lone grass ninja. Squad 13 leapt landing before Team 7 with their weapons drawn. So, it seems that backup has arrived, laughed the grass ninja. Drop the disguise, Orochimaru. We won't let you get to Sasuke in order to gain the Sharingan, snarled Naruto. Orochimaru laughed as he noticed Menma standing behind Naruto and the similarity between the two. I am surprised. At first, I thought that the brat behind you contained the fox, but it turns out that the Ninetales is within you, laughed Orochimaru. Naruto, what is going on? Menma asked in a low whisper. Be on your guard. That's no ordinary ninja whom is standing before us. It is Orochimaru in disguise as he is after Sasuke and his Sharingan. Naruto replied in a low whisper. Both Team 7 and Squad 13 stood in defensive position. Well, it looks like the gig is up, replied Orochimaru as he peeled off a part of his face to reveal reptilian eyes and pale white skin. He unleashed a killer intent that caused the group to flinch, all except for Naruto, as he fired one back at Orochimaru, releasing the two groups from the effects. This brought a wicked smile to stretch across Orochimaru's face as he dropped the disguise he was wearing. This is going to be interesting, Orochimaru stated with a smirk. He then moved to attack Naruto first. Orochimaru knew that the brat whom held the nine-tailed fox possessed a greater threat than anyone else. But Menma pushed Naruto out of the way as Orochimaru slammed into him. Both Akira and Sasuke both moved to attack the snake Sannin as they unleashed a volley of dragon fireballs once Menma was out of the way. They hoped to get Orochimaru, but the snake Sannin used his body replacement skills as he slithered around in a brand new body that was an exact copy of his own. Sakura still stood paralyzed from the clash of killer intent that it forced Shinri to use his ice wall to protect her from harm. Shinri, are you alright? Asked Akira in concern. I am fine. Don't worry about me or Sakura. Focus on Orochimaru, replied Shinri. Akira turned her head to see both Naruto and Menma armed spiraling orbs of wind. Rasengan! Both snapped, slamming the orbs into Orochimaru. Wind and debris flew about as the rest retreated behind Shinri's wall of ice. Did they get him? Sakura asked in a weak voice, finally able to move. She had no idea that Naruto could seem so scary. Shinri retracted the wall of ice, not seeing a trace of the snake Sannin. Don't drop your guards, Naruto snarled. He's behind Sasuke, Kurama yelled out. Naruto moved so fast as he pushed Sasuke out of the way as Orochimaru's fangs sank into the nape of Naruto's neck. Naruto! Cried out everyone in shock as Orochimaru's head slithered back to the rest of his body. Damn! So close! Hissed Orochimaru. Naruto flared up Kurama's, coating his body in golden energy as he moved to strike at Orochimaru. No one realized that it was actually Kurama controlling his host's body. I am going to kill you! Roared out Kurama. Orochimaru decided that it was best to retreat rather than face an enraged nine-tailed fox. I hope your host enjoys my little gift, hissed Orochimaru. Throughout the forest of death, Kurama's loud roar could be clearly heard. After Orochimaru had run away, Kurama, who was now controlling Naruto's body, collapsed onto his knees. The curse mark burned against Naruto's skin as the great Biju wasn't going to allow the mark to affect his host. He needed to neutralize the curse mark before it could affect or sink its claws into Naruto. But being without a body was going to be a problem. Kurama looked over to see Menma telling Sasuke to stand down as the young Uchiha looked ready to fight Kurama, since his Sharingan could see the tailed beast's chakra that was controlling Naruto. Kurama knew that his roar and the mass release of his chakra was going to draw a lot of attention to their group. Menma finally came over to Kurama's side to see if his brother was all right. "Naruto, are you all right?" Menma asked, placing a hand onto Naruto's shoulder. Kurama laid Naruto's hand on top of Menma's, pulling the elder Uzumaki-Namikaze into Naruto's mindscape. Menma's eyes widened when he found himself staring at Kurama face to face. He had heard and knew that his little brother was the container for the tailed beast, but its power and very presence was nothing to sneeze at. "Listen up. If you truly want to help your brother, you will allow me to borrow your body before that curse mark Orochimaru placed on him can sink its claws in," Kurama growled. Kurama wasn't sure if he could trust those whom had hurt his host. He knew that Naruto was going to slowly let his true family back into his life, but he didn't fully trust them. Naruto and Kurama knew that actions spoke volumes. "All right. What do I have to do?" Menma asked. Kurama started at the human wide-eyed. Without battling an eye, Menma was willing to help Naruto. "Did the fourth teach you any sealing jutsus?" Kurama questioned. "A few in case you run amok," replied Menma. "Of course he would. I am going to get one chance at this," stated Kurama as Menma nodded his head that he understood. Menma opened his eyes as he could feel Kurama's power seep into his body. The tailed beast's power felt like a rush of energy. Menma weaved his hands through the series of hand signs that Kurama had told him as he slammed his hand over the curse mark. He could feel Kurama's powers surge through him and back into Naruto as markings appeared around the curse mark, sealing it off and neutralizing the curse affix. Menma swayed a bit after Kurama's power had left him. Naruto had not regained consciousness, as it seemed that Kurama was no longer controlling Naruto's body. Sasuke moved to catch his teammate before he passed out. "Menma, what just happened?" asked Sasuke. "I will explain later," replied Menma. "We should move before other teams make their way here," he added as tried to put Naruto onto his back. Shinri and Sasuke also helped with carrying the unconscious Naruto, but they weren't going to get too far with the unconscious teen slowing them down. "Hold on, guys. I have an idea," stated Akira as she bit into her thumb. She ran her hands through some hand signs. Summoning Jutsu, Akira placed her hand down onto the ground as smoke rose up before her. When the smoke cleared before Akira stood a medium green dragon that seemed to blend into the forest. "You had called for me, mistress?" asked the dragon. "Yes, Verdi. Could you carry Naruto for us, while we looked for a safe spot to rest until Naruto can regain consciousness?" asked Akira as she pointed to the unconscious Naruto. "Of course, mistress. Shall I lead you to the closest safe spot from here?" asked the male dragon. "That would be wonderful, Verdi," replied Akira. Verdi nodded his head that he picked up Naruto into his claws. "Follow me," stated Verdi as he led the way through the forest. The two groups followed Verdi to a large hollowed tree, one that was large enough for both groups. Verdi gently placed Naruto deep inside as the others filed in. "Mistress, I will stand guard while you and your friends rest." "Thank you, Verdi." Both Team 7 and Squad 13 rested while Verdi stood on watch. Menma explained to his team about how Naruto is truly his younger brother, who held the nine-tailed fox demon within his body. But according to the stories, the third killed the demon. That's what the fourth told everyone, as he didn't want people to see Naruto as a demon. But people still found out and treated him badly for it. Even my family did the same. So Naruto ran away from the village and our family. I don't know how he became part the Kitsune family, but they seemed to know about the fox demon and accepted Naruto regardless because of it. Naruto renounced his last name and chose to refuse to have anything to do with our family until recently. He is going to allow my family slowly back into his life. We can never forget how we treated him in the past, but only try better to understand him in the future, stated Menma. Slowly, a low moan pierced the air as everyone looked to see Naruto regaining consciousness. "Kami? Got. I feel like hell. What happened?" Naruto asked as he moved to sit up. Both Akira and Menma moved to help Naruto as he struggled to sit up. "Orochimaru attacked us. You helped fight him off, avoiding him from cursing Sasuke," replied Menma. Naruto rubbed the area where the curse mark sat. Don't worry about the mark, Kit. I neutralized and sealed off the curse effects with some help from Menma. Thanks, Kurama. How long was I out for? A day. I would suggest that you and your team stay with Team 7 just in case Orochimaru attacks again. Suggested Kurama. How are you feeling, Naruto? Asked Menma in concern. I will be all right. Thank you for helping him out. Naruto replied. No problem. Well, if we are done here. Sakura began as she looked like she was ready to strike Squad 13 but was held back by both Menma and Sasuke. Don't even think about it. We owe them for helping us out. Both boys snarled. It's all right. We will be still traveling together just in case Orochimaru tries to attack again. Besides, you guys have the same scroll as us. Naruto stated as he showed them the 2 heaven scrolls. Team 7 looked at Naruto in shock, not even realizing their scroll had been taken. Both Team 7 and Squad 13 left the hollow tree after Akira dispelled her summons. Naruto had given Menma back their team's scroll. Naruto had suggested that they head straight for the tower. They could pick off teams as they come across them. It would also cut down some of the remaining teams for the competition. Team 7 had to admit that it was a well-thought-out plan. Menma couldn't help but to admire how much of a natural-born leader Naruto was. The 2 groups traveled together with Naruto leading the way. Naruto, just how is it you know your way around the Forest of Death? Asked Sasuke. I used to come here to avoid getting beaten to a bloody pulp by the villagers and at home. It was the one place that not many tried to set foot in, replied Naruto. This made Menma feel even more guiltier. Menma made a silent vow that if Naruto was even in trouble, he would come to his brother's aid. This way, he would never have to go through what he had been through growing up. Squad 13 and Team 7 were lucky to run into 2 really weak teams who had an earth scroll that they needed. Every now and then the curse mark that Naruto had gotten from Orochimaru would flare up even though Kurama had neutralized the curse affix. Damn. I didn't think that the curse would be this strong. When we get to the tower, you should see about getting it resealed, Kit. Suggested Kurama. All right. The 2 groups arrived at the tower. They had split ways this way to go into separate entrances. Within the tower was a test which resulted in using the 2 scrolls to answer the question. Turns out the scrolls were used to summon someone who proceeded to tell the team that they passed the second phase. Naruto's team had summoned the Hokage as Naruto suddenly passed out due to the curse's affix. When Naruto awoke, he wasn't at all surprised to find himself in the infirmary. He turned his head slightly to see the 4th Hokage sitting by his bedside. Come to think of it, the curse mark Orochimaru placed on us no longer hurts. Naruto thought to himself. Lord Hokage? He questioned out loud. Thank heavens you are all right. It seems that was one powerful curse that was placed on you, replied Minato. No thanks to that damn snake, snarled Naruto. Yes, Menma and your team told me what happened. Orochimaru must have slipped through as a contestant to get at the young Uchiha. Menma told me that the 9 Tails tried to neutralize it. He's not as bad as people think if you give him a chance. You do realize that he was forced to attack that night. I thought about the event over and over again. I realized that what happened was never the 9 Tails or your fault. I don't know why I believe people's rumors about you, as I can never forgive me, Naruto. Minato asked as he hung his head. Naruto sighed to himself softly. He could genuinely sorry his father was for what happened in the past. He must have sealed the mocker and has been sitting by my bedside waiting for me to wake up. Naruto thought, he's been blaming himself for what happened. He should have realized that Orochimaru would slip in during the Chunin exams to go after the Uchiha. He found out through Jiraiya's spy network that he is the leader of the newly created Sound Village. He has increased guard and hopes to avert the war and whatever plans Orochimaru has. Kurama stated mentally. Naruto sat upright looking at his father who had his head down in shame. What happened in the past is in the past. But thank you for sealing off that curse mark. No problem, Naruto. If you should thank anyone, it should be the 9 Tails. By neutralizing that mark, it managed to stop the effects from sinking its claws into you. His name is Kurama. Of course, it's only natural that he helps me out. Snarled Naruto. Calm yourself, Kit. Kurama stated calmly. The fourth looked at his son in shock. Of course, he would know the Nine-Tails' true name. He learned about the fox at such a young age, as the demon has always been there for Naruto. I have no right to judge the beast for what happened in the past, especially since it wasn't his fault. Minato thought to himself, I'm sorry, Lord Hokage. I didn't mean to snap at you. Naruto stated, It's alright, Naruto. It's only reasonable that you would know the Nine-Tails' name. The preliminaries are to begin soon, as you've been unconscious for the last 3 days. Naruto climbed out of the bed that he was in as he followed the Hokage to where the preliminaries were to take place. Half of the teams remained as Naruto saw that all of the Leaf Ninja had survived. He could see Gaara's team had also made it through along with those from the Sound Villager. Naruto had joined his team as the Hokage gave a speech telling everyone the true purpose behind the exams. He then asked if anyone wished to drop out before the preliminaries could begin. 3 people from the Leaf raised their hands. Sai, Shinri, and Kabuto decided to resign. Minato took a look at Kabuto, knowing that this isn't the first time the young man has quit before the preliminaries. If his information was right, Kabuto has participated 7 times before, each time quitting before the preliminaries begin. Something is up. There is no reason for you to continue to participate year after year if you aren't interested in moving up the ranks. Minato thought to himself. Naruto and Kurama couldn't help but to notice that Kabuto smelled similar to Orochimaru. He is a spy for Orochimaru, hissed Kurama. It seems that the Hokage suspects something if off about him as well, Naruto stated as he could see Minato make a very small motion with his hand to the Umbu hiding in the shadows. A slash, and the fights are pretty much the same as in the canon, as I didn't want to focus on all the fights. Sasuke Uchiha of the Leaf versus Yoroi Akato of the Leaf, but no curse mark rising. The winner is Sasuke. Zaku Abumi of the Sound versus Shino Aburame of the Leaf. The winner is Shino. Misumi Tsurugi of the Leaf versus Kankuro of the Sand. The winner is Kankuro. Sakura Haruno of the Leaf versus Ino Yamanaka of the Leaf. No winner because of a double knockout. Tenten of the Leaf versus Temari of the Sand. The winner is Temari. Shikamaru Nara of the Leaf versus Kintsuchi of the Sound. The winner is Shikamaru. Kiba Inuzuka of the Leaf versus Menma Uzumaki-Namikaze of the Leaf. The winner is Menma, in same way that Naruto won in the canon. Hinata Hyuga of the Leaf versus Nariko Uzumaki-Namikaze of the Leaf. Winner of is Nariko, as she bound Hinata in adamantine sealing chains, who held a kunai to Hinata's throat as Hinata gave up. Gaara of the Sand versus Rock Lee of the Leaf, but no sand cursing Rock Lee's leg and arm. Winner Gaara. Dosu Kinyuda of the Sound versus Choji Akimichi of the Leaf. No one winner, as a result is a double knockout. So that's pretty much it for today. Also, like and sub if you liked the story, and comment down below to let me know. I'll see you again tomorrow.